_5 just resubscribed for 8 months, yippee.
Konnichiwa. Hello. Konbanchi. Hello, hello. We're a bit late. That's my bad. But hi everyone. Hi Baum. Hi Zephy. Hi Harmoon. Hi Addie. How is everyone doing? Hi Nutter. Only a bit, yeah. Only a bit. Only a teeny tiny bit. Also, I changed it so that they don't have noises anymore. Headpad has no noise and Bonk has no noise. Hi TFJ. How is everyone?
Hi,
Hope
homie.
everyone's doing well. Hi homie. Hope everyone is doing well. Everyone's having a good day. I'm okay. I had really bad sleep last night because my stomach was hurting almost all night. Why? I don't know. Hydrate? I don't have anything to hydrate. I don't have anything to hydrate with. No head pat song? No. No head pat song. I will hydrate a lot, after. Did you get those nuggies and Dr. Pepper? I'm actually gonna go after stream to a McDonald's with Neko Papa to eat, and I will order the nuggies and Dr. Pepper. Bow ba dow bow, bow bow ba da da dow, bow ba dow bow, bow bow ba ba da dow, bow ba dow bow, ba dow ba dow bow, bow ba dow ba dow ba dow bow. There. I do the song. I'm the one who does the song. I'll talk a lot, get water. I'll get water when I get thirsty, okay? I'll get water when I get thirsty, and then when I do get the water, I'll chug it. I don't know. But I hope everyone is doing well. I had to push back the stream like an hour because of the fact that my nephew was crying a lot. You could hear him throughout the whole house, more so than yesterday. And Neko Papa wanted me to help him put some groceries away, and by that I mean like canned foods. It looks like we're ready for the apocalypse. We have so much canned food. We have SpaghettiOs. We have chicken noodle soup. We have a lot of stuff. A lot. And okay, I say it was pushed back an hour, but it was pushed back like almost like 2 hours. But that's because I have no sense of time. I'm sorry. But that happened. And I was just like, okay. And then he bought some random stuff. And I'm like, you know what? As long as there's enough money to pay the bills, and I don't have to worry about, Father, what money are we gonna use to pay the bills? Then I can't say anything. He wouldn't listen anyway. But I can't say anything. And it's okay. I've come to terms with it. And now I'm just hoping that my stomach doesn't hurt a lot today. Why was it hurting? I don't know. Maybe it has to do with the fact that I took 3 days worth of I say 3 days, but it was like 3 pills of birth control because I forgot to take them the other 2 days, and I remembered yesterday, and I was like, when did I take these last? It had been like 2 days. Yesterday was 3 days, so I just took them all at night. That's probably why my stomach hurt. I'm making myself become infertile. Hell yeah! I won't be able to have babies. I don't want them. Do you think that's what happens, like, if you take a ton of birth control? That you just become infertile? Do you think that's a thing? Thank you for the head pat, Angelo. Thank you. No, that's not how that works. I mean, I don't know. Birth control helps you, like, not get pregnant. So what if you take too much and you end up not being able to be pregnant at all? Excuse me, Mocha. Did you spill water again? Stop doing that. Mocha. Stop it. Stop spilling water every time. Eat your food. Your grandpa got that for you. You're ungrateful. Only for a bit, not forever. Listen. I I don't even take birth control to stop pregnancy. I take it because apparently it helps regulate stuff and I can actually get my periods. I don't know, medical stuff. I don't ask. They tell me to take something and I'm like, okay. I'm just like, okay, I will. What does it do? I don't know, but the doctors told me to take it. Maybe I should become a doctor and I can be like, I don't need to take shit. But yes, today, peoples, today we're going to be reading some Am I the Asshole Reddit stories. And because we totally have the qualifications, we are going to decide whether or not these people are a-holes or not. At least not these people. Because I don't want to judge someone by one thing that they've shared. So we'll judge whether or not the action is scummy. Okay? We're not judging the people. We're judging their actions. Because actions don't always reflect how the person is in their day-to-day life. Because people make mistakes. Okay? We're judging their actions. We can say their actions were stupid and it's very scummy and that's an a-hole action. But we're not gonna call the people actually, like, bad. Unless it's shown that they've done this multiple times and yeah, maybe they need to, like, fix something. That's how we're doing it, okay? 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 That's what we're doing. Mocha! What are you doing? Can you stop being weird? He looks at me like, but mama, I'm always weird. Anyways. Hi. Okay. So. I don't know where to start. We have all of them here. Here's the whole Reddit, you know? There's the whole Reddit thing. Also, I don't want the BGM, okay? I'm sorry, I don't want the BGM. I don't feel like having BGM. And you know what? I think I'm gonna make this into a YouTube video. Cause why not? It should be easy. There's not that much to edit, I think. I don't know. Say hi to YouTube, everyone. Say hi to the YouTubes, the YouTube people. Why did I say it like that? Anyways. Just hi! So we're at the Reddit. Where we're gonna look at all these people's actions. And I guess we could start from like top, bottom. Hi, look at the teamwork. Oh, we haven't played Supermarket Simulator in a while. So, you know what? I guess we could start with this one. Okay, and there's already comments down there. We're not gonna look at the comments, okay? Ignore the comments. So, am I the asshole for telling my friend he is an ass if he removes his recently discovered not biological son from his life? Famous last words, not too much to edit. Make sure it's SFW. I've skimmed through them. Don't worry, it's okay. So, a friend of mine has very recently had some family issues. Long story short, his son isn't biologically his son. It's an absolutely awful situation to be in, and it has torn his life apart. He has recently told me that once the divorce is settled, he's going to remove his son and his wife from his life. And he essentially wants to move on and forget about it all. Fair enough. However, he also wants to never see his son anymore either. If this was a baby fresh out of the womb, fair game in my opinion. But his son is a grown-ass 26-year-old adult. He doesn't live with his parents. Friend has raised this kid. Love this kid, everything. At this point in his life, my friend is his dad, and no matter what anyone, even friend, has to say about it. A stepdad at that age doesn't really exist, you know. He's the guy who raised him. So I told him that I know he is grieving and emotions are at an all-time high right now. But if he removes son from his life, he is straight up an ass, and that I disagree with him for doing that. If he needs time and space, sure. A new understanding of boundaries between them, fair. He left, and our other friends found out about this and called me the asshole. Am I the asshole here? Well, that's a lot to unpack. So, okay. So this person's friend found out that his kid, his already 26-year-old kid, already adult kid, that he raised his whole life, isn't his actual biological son. And therefore, once the divorce is gone through, he wants to remove the son and his wife from his life. And that means he doesn't want to see his son anymore, ever, anywhere. He doesn't want to look at him. He doesn't want to talk to him. He wants to pretend that person doesn't exist and is a stranger. And OP here says that he told his friend that he's bad for doing that. He's bad for wanting to just cut ties completely with the son. And then apparently all of his friends, all of their friends are calling him the asshole for saying that. I personally think that OP is not the asshole. Mocha, what are you doing? I personally think that he's not, not the asshole. Cause like, it's okay to be hurt. Like, it's okay to be hurt. You can be hurt because obviously, like, you're like, what the hell? Like, I thought this whole time this was my son. Apparently, he's not my son. But the son's already an adult. You've raised this person for their whole life. He's a whole adult now. He's an adult. And no matter what, that's still the son. Because it's not the son's fault. Like, it's not the child's fault. Well, I say child because, like, it's his child. It's not the son's fault that he's not your biological kid. Like, it's not his fault he's not biological. Like, he's not biologically related. Like, I don't know. Like, it's also a difference of, like, did the son know that that's not his actual dad? Like, did the wife know? I guess the wife would have to know. Because how would you not know? Because this is assuming that this was, like, in the relationship they had the kid. And not, like, I don't know. I don't know. But I think the friend's actions are the scummy ones. Because, like, they have to set boundaries. Yeah, they have to be like, okay, I don't feel necessarily comfortable. But let's just set some new boundaries and stuff now that we found this out. And it's like, okay, but it's like, I don't know. I don't think they should be blaming the kid to the point that they're gonna be like, you know what? I don't want you in my life. Go away. The wife, sure, it's the wife's fault. The son is depressed if he just know now. Yeah, like, what if the son also just found out? Then he's like, what the hell? Maybe he's gonna be like, well, that's still the person who raised me. That's still the person I call dad. I feel like if anyone is really bad, it's the actions of the guy he wants to, like, completely remove the son from his life. Just because it's not his biological son. But, like, you already raised him. Why do you want to remove him? Just talk to him about it. Like, you could just talk to him about it and be like, hey, I know you're not biological. Like, I know you're not biologically my son and everything. But I still love you. Because why are you gonna love someone why are you not gonna love someone just because you found out that they're not biologically related to you? Like, is that the only thing that defines his love? That the biologicalness? Like, you're already divorcing the wife. You're like, hey, I don't want the wife in my life. That's fair enough. She cheated or did something that son's not your son. But, like, why take it out on the son? Yeah, like, and the person's, like, already, like, well on an adult if they have a 26-year-old kid. Maybe they're in, like, 40 or something. 40? Yeah. But, like... like, removing his son from his life, I think that's a bit much. Like, just talk to the son about it. Cause like, you know, like everyone needs to grieve and like process their emotions. So like, yeah, he can maybe be like, I need time to like think this through and figure it out. But like going to that extent, I think that's a little too much. I think that's a little too much. So I'm gonna say, OP here, not the asshole. I think not the asshole. But yeah, cause like the divorce, yeah, divorce them. You know, they did something that's wrong and they didn't tell you, because it would have been different if like they told you and then they were like, you know what, I don't want to raise this kid. They're not my kid. We're gonna actually have a divorce right away. Of course, the poor child, it's not his fault, but like even then, I feel like I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of different ways that this could go about. Like, is the person do they know who's biologically the dad? Would that person have been willing to actually like raise the kid? Because it's different now that it's like they found out like really late. But like even then, when someone's like, that's not my kid, I'm not gonna raise that kid, and then it's like, but what if the other person doesn't want to raise them? It's not the kid's fault. Why are you gonna make this kid grow up in a bad environment? But that's not the point here. That's not the case. The case is that they found out already well into their life, and they're divorcing, which valid. But then they also want to get rid of like the son from their life. So you know what? That's the thing, that everyone's affected, some more than others, but people shouldn't be making really like high risk, high factor, whatever decisions when they're like emotionally vulnerable and very like emotionally unstable. Because what if they come to regret it afterwards? You don't want to make a decision that you're gonna regret and you can't take back. Yeah, definitely all of them need time. The wife, probably not, because wife, how did you not know that that was not the biological son? How are you gonna be like, hey? Even then, like, bruh. If you had relations with someone else while being married, if it was while being married, that's already scummy on their part. But you know what? We're not talking about the wife. We're talking about the friend. Not the asshole. Real friends tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. I wish more friends understood that this is actually the golden rule of friendship. That's true. That's the difference between friends and acquaintances. That's true. So everyone's saying like, yeah, not the asshole. Loins aren't the only organ that can create a child. The heart is equally capable. He may have not created a son with his loins, but if it isn't the son of his heart, if that isn't the son of his heart by now, I have to question whether or not he has one. Interesting stories about your parents? Oh no. Oh no. I mean, I heard interesting stories about my grandparents, but we ain't gonna get into that. That's baggage. You guys aren't here for my baggage. You're here for me to be entertaining and be friends with me, right? You guys are gonna be friends with me? Yeah? Of course you are. Of course you are. But this person made me laugh. It's like, exactly. I'm a woman, so obviously my kids are mine. But my 4-year-old is mine, my 1-year-old is mine. If I found out they were switched at the hospital, yeah, you can pry them away from my cold dead fingers. Sure, I would want to know my biological kid too, but no way in hell would I just be like, oh, they don't have my blood, so let me just disregard all the years I raised them and the love I have for them. That's like so, you know what, that's so chill. Only Strom? Only Strom, what? You're not my homie? You're only Strom's homie? What the hell? What the fuck? That's rude. Okay, well, aside from Bam, everyone else is my friend, right? With your dad and grandparents, damn. Bam's so mean to me. He doesn't want to be my friend. Oh my god. I too am a woman and I 100%. But like, it's true, cause like Like, you raise them, you love them. You're not gonna all of a sudden be like, you know what? I don't love you anymore. I have no familial love for you because I found out that I didn't actually make you with my semen. Stupid. that's not a... That's a dumb thought process. Yeah, not the asshole. After 26 years, that is his son. He raised that boy to be a man. It's not the child's fault that the mom did something shitty. Aww. This is why my dad has forbid us taking DNA or ancestry tests while alive. He doesn't want to know. Him and his cousin were drinking and talking one night, and they both came to the conclusion and banned all of us, including my cousins. My dad's probably just projecting his cheating. Oh! Alright. So... they both realized that they were cheating, and they're like, you know what? I don't actually want to know if, like, these kids aren't my kids. You know what? No. They're my kids. Oh my god. Wow, glad we got that one sorted. Not the asshole, Mr. Person. Not the asshole. Alright, who's this? Oh god. Wait, let me skim. Okay. Alright. Okay. Am I the asshole for passing out during a family gathering meant to introduce our new baby? Last update. Oh. Let me read the title. I was skinny! Oh, wife, and she had a kid, I would still care for it even if it wasn't mine. Like, yeah, like, even if you find out, you're like, hey, it's not the baby's fault. Like, is the person around to take care of the baby? No, I'll take care of the baby. Like, come on. Alright, so... apparently this is like a whole series. Wait. Hello? You have a whole series? Okay. We're gonna read this series. This is a series of unfortunate events. Events. So... am I the asshole for passing out during a family gathering meant to introduce our new baby? It's a three-parter. There's 3 parts, people. Grab your snacks. Grab your drinks. This is a lot. Okay, throwaway account. So recently, I, 27 female, had a beautiful baby girl. With my husband, 29 male. I need a shower. No, no shower. Not allowed. You wait. No one's allowed to shower until we're done. Hi, Ask. Andy. Hello. And hi, Notor. Anyways, she's my pride and joy. I love her more than I love myself. But taking care of her has taken its toll on me. My husband promised the work would be 50-50 when we agreed we wanted children, but I don't feel that's being reflected by his actions this past month. I've gotten to the point where I can't even ask him to wash her up without him saying something along the lines of, my paternity leave is short. I want to make the most of it by relaxing a bit. I'll help you out later. What the fuck? Your paternity leave is to take care of the child. Hi, Richie. The paternity leave is to take care of the child, not to relax. Maybe relax from having birth and everything and the fact that there's a child, but it's not to freaking... it's not to just take vacation. No, you have to look after the child without work being a problem for the like, you know, the beginning. What the hell? Okay, anyways. And I get it. His paternity leave is only 6 weeks, while mine is 16 weeks. But my nether regions hurt like a bitch for a better part of 2 weeks after the birth, and all he could do for me was occasionally burp her. Now, my baby girl has got into the phase where she doesn't want to sleep. She'll sleep for an hour, but then she's up and back to crying. And I have to get up and try to soothe her. It's been happening for a week now, and I've gotten so little sleep that I'm nodding off while eating or doing the laundry and stuff. Saturday was the month anniversary of my daughter's birth, so I decided to gather both sides of the family to meet her. They hadn't met her prior because A, I wanted to rest as much as I could, and B, I heard somewhere that you shouldn't be taking babies out and about when they're fresh out of the womb because they're more prone to illness then. That's true. That's why when people visit newborns, it's usually at the house of the people, and they're always with their parents, like newborns, you know. And, you know, they can see them, maybe they can carry them and stuff, but It's way safer if it's in the actual house of the people and not going out and about. And the people take care of themselves and they wash their hands and all that stuff before touching a newborn, and they don't touch their face and all that stuff. Also, Miss Ma'am, why is she doing laundry and stuff when she just gave birth? If the husband doesn't want to help with the kid, scummy, but okay, at least do chores. At least do the laundry, wash the dishes. Do something. What is he doing if he's not doing the laundry or washing the dishes or doing literally chores that don't have to do with the baby? What the hell? Okay. I don't like the husband already. So we had this gathering at my mother's house and all was well. Everyone was cooling over our baby, there was food, people were catching up and meeting for the first time. She's just a Giga Chad and doing everything on her own. She shouldn't have to be. She shouldn't have to be a Giga Chad. It was nice, but I got in about 3 hours, generous estimate, of sleep in total the past week, and I was starting to feel the effects of it. I was feeling lightheaded and clammy, but I didn't want to make a scene, so I tried to go to the bathroom to lie down. I didn't take 10 steps before my vision completely blacked out. I wasn't down for long, but I'd fallen over, which drew some attention. I explained to everyone who was concerned that I was fine and that I was just not getting enough sleep, and I could see my husband visibly frown at that. They gave me some of the dessert my aunt made to get my sugar up, and the party continued. I felt embarrassed about the whole thing, especially since everyone was still looking over me till we left, but it's whatever. What bothered me is my husband's reaction. When we got home, he started going off on me about how I made him look bad and like he wasn't taking care of me. I was confused on how the fuck me passing out made him look bad, but he refused to explain himself and had a pity party for himself in the kitchen. I was still feeling bad, so I decided to leave him alone and just go to sleep. But he seems to have taken that as a sign that I don't care about his feelings. He is in my ear this morning about how I just ignored him to go to sleep last night and how I didn't even put the baby to sleep before leaving. Is he right? Am I the asshole here? Ma'am, divorce him immediately. Excuse me, but who the heck? Oh my god, you fainted? Oh, that makes me look like such a bad husband. It makes me look like I'm not taking care of you because he's not. Because he's not. If it looks like that, it's because you're not taking care of her. I know, Mocha. It's absolutely stupid. It's like maybe use your one brain cell and realize maybe I should be doing stuff. Like, what the heck? That's stupid. He's not doing laundry. He's not doing anything. He's not even taking care of the baby. He's doing nothing. He wants to enjoy his paternity leave because it's 6 weeks only and yours is 16 weeks. Dude, you wanted kids. You agreed to have kids. Take care of the kids. Do something for the kids. You're not working because you have paternity leave. You're not working. So at least do work at home. At least do stuff at home to help your wife not have to do everything. Bruh. Like, what the heck? Why is he blaming her? It's not her fault. It's not her fault that he's not helping. That's stupid. Like, what? And then, like, she goes to sleep because she's freaking exhausted. Oh my god, you went to sleep? You don't care about my feelings. You didn't even put the baby to sleep before I went. Like, what the heck? Oh my god. Like, bruh, no one cares about you, okay? No one cares about the husband. Are we in agreement that no one cares about the husband right now because the husband seems like a jerk? Because that's what I'm thinking. I don't give a shit about the husband. He's not doing anything. What is he doing? Nothing. I know, Mocha. He's not doing anything. He's doing nada. Zero. Zilch. It makes him look bad. Yeah, he's looking like the actual asshole. Like, not even his actions, just him as a person. Like, bruh. Okay, update. So I've tried talking with him, but he's been ignoring me and the baby the last 3 hours. I'd usually wait longer, but I'm just too tired to deal with this right now. Mocha! What are you doing? Shh. Stop. I need a burp. Excuse me. You guys were right. I do need help with this, and he's made it very clear he's not ready to help me yet, so I'm just going to go to my mom's place. I'm currently packing. I'm so done. That is so sad. Especially when this man is almost 30. She said she's 27 and he's 29. He's almost 30. They're both almost 30. They're both adults. And she's acting like such a more of an adult than he's acting. What is this? So, let's see. So during his restful paternity leave, he provides no support, resulting in you getting 3 hours of sleep that week and you pass out. He then gets upset at you for exposing his failure as a husband and father, then is pissed that you didn't continue staying awake to talk about his feelings, and left him to put the baby down. Put the baby down? What? Put the baby to bed. And you're asking if you're the asshole? For fuck's sake, girl, this man does not care about you. He only cares about himself. Take your daughter and go to your parents. I fear you're too tired to recognize what's happening right in front of you. Please get support from your family. This man is toxic AF. Get the baby checked for colic. It's terribly painful. Baby will get relief and you will hopefully get some sleep. After you catch up on sleep, start thinking about your future with this man. See if it's a future you want for yourself and kids. Ignore him for now. He should currently be your last priority, same as you are with him. Oh, cow's milk allergy. Undiagnosed for several months, also screaming, "Iki, tell me my dad saved me." Took her out of the stroller so I could... Oh, bruh. Not the asshole, and I can't call your husband the names I want to because my comment will be deleted. Bruh. Mocha, why are you throwing stuff? Is this what you want? Look at it. Why? Can you not? Oh, God. Don't you dare go very back where I just took you from. Can you go? I tossed the cat onto the bed. Mocha! He's trying to go back to where I just took him from. Okay, so paternity leave isn't a time to relax. It's a time you're helping raise the baby and spending time together as a family. Clearly, he's not doing either of these things, as A, you'd be better rested, and B, he'd have noticed you're exhausted. You passing out made him look bad because it was clear to everyone that you're being left to raising your baby alone. It's clearly not a partnership, and the asshole you're married to is turning it on to you to shift responsibility and blame. Oh my god. You need to seriously reconsider the relationship future and bring this up with him, as it all comes down to him and his behavior. If he gets his shit together, then things will be much better, but if he doesn't, you and your daughter deserve so much better. He doesn't know what paternity leave is and doesn't really want to take care of his family. Oh my god. So it seems that everyone has common sense and realizes that OP is not the asshole, which is good. And there's a part 2. There is a part 2 right here. Hi all, your comments were really helpful, so thank you. Yesterday, before I could Uber to my mom's house... See, at the start of the baby was planned? Yeah! They both agreed to have kids, and they both agreed that the work would be 50-50. They'd both be, doing, you know, work. Because look, my husband promised me that the work would be 50-50 when we agreed we wanted children. And why would he take paternity leave if he didn't want the kid? He would have just kept working. He would, or maybe he just took paternity leave because he's like, oh my god, it's my chance to get out of work and be a bum. But who knows? Maybe there's something else. Maybe there's something else here. Alright. Oh god, doggies. So yesterday, before I could Uber to my mom's house, my sister offered to help me, so I'm staying with her instead. She's taking paid time away. Paid time away? Paid time off? What? to help me out with my girl, which I'm very grateful for. Oh my god. The dogs. The dogs. So the asshole here is a husband, so the 50-50 is a fucking lie. It is! This isn't 50-50, it's 100-0. Alright, she also gave me sleep medicine that knocked me out for hours. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not, but I slept long and well, so I don't care. I woke up a few hours ago to tons, and I mean tons, of messages from my husband. Like the little app icon had 99 plus on it. Here are some of the things he said. Copy pasted. You can't just up and fucking leave with my baby. Come back now, please, let's talk about it. You're actually so fucking immature. What the heck is wrong with you? We have one argument, you fucking pretend like I've been beating you. Why the hell did you leave? We can work this out like adults here. You're choosing to be difficult like a little bit. What the fuck? What the actual heck? This is not a husband. This is abuse. This is a man who you need a divorce and actually just get away from, you know? Whatever happens to his life, if he gets in an accident, if he gets hurt, if he has whatever, who cares? He's acting like a jerk. He's acting like an asshole. Leave him to his own devices. Whatever happens to him happens. Please just come back and we will talk and sort this out. We can go back to being happy, so come back. I miss my baby girl. You can't just take her away. What if I call the police for kidnapping? Would that teach you what you're doing is wrong? Sir, you can't even type in proper English. I think he might be drunk. I would screenshot, but it says this community doesn't allow attachments, so I can't. And I know it's a bit weird to tell y'all what he's been texting me, but I'm mad right now, and this feels therapeutic, lol. I already sent the screenshots to his mom, though. As for my baby, I have an appointment to a pediatrician for Wednesday, but for now she's on formula since my breast milk quality isn't the best for understandable reasons. My sister said she wasn't as fussy as I described, so I really think the problem is with my milk. That or my sister wanted me to feel better for sleeping, who knows? I'll wait for the doctor's opinion. I'm not feeling 100%, but I feel a whole lot more better than before. Thank you to everyone who showed concern. I think this will be the last update since I want to not think about my husband right now. Aww. Oh my god. He hasn't been a parent, hasn't helped you at all, and hasn't really spent any time caring for his daughter and only cares about what other people besides you think, but misses his baby girl and wants you to come back so we can go back to being happy. Sounds like the only person who was happy with him, he got a 6-week vacation and didn't have to lift a finger. Let me guess, you were doing all the cooking and cleaning on top of caring for the baby. From what he is texting you, he thinks he did nothing wrong. He is deliberately obtuse. Excuse me. To add insult to injury, he calls you a bitch and threatens you with the cops. Lovely, he's a real peach. I really want to know what his mom has to say. Does she know he was mad at you for passing out? Yeah, that's not love. That's controlling. Oh. What the heck? My dad would kick us out of the house, not feed us, you name it. There wasn't a behind closed doors either. He had no issues with being abusive in public. God damn. Hey, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah, I read the update. The sister agreed to help her out, so she went to her sister's house, and the sister took like paid time off or something to help. I don't know what PTA is, but took PTA to help with the child, and she gave the mom sleep medicine so she couldn't go to sleep. And then he sent a bunch of messages like, you know, you can't just leave with the baby. Come back now. Let's talk about it. You're actually so fucking immature. What the hell's wrong with you? And you leave and you pretend like I've been beating you. Like, what the hell? And then what if I call the police for kidnapping? So she sent a screenshot to his mom. And that was the update, basically. Everyone's like, what the heck? Miss Ma'am, you're not doing anything wrong. And this is the last update. Last update. So, for all of you who wanted to know what his mother's reaction was, She yelled at him, and he made that my problem. The things he messaged me are vile. And even though mother-in-law was mad at him and knows what he's been saying to me, she still insisted that I go visit him face to face so we can work things out. I don't really blame her. He's her son, of course she'd want to help him. But still, with all the ways he's been threatening me and cussing me out, I really didn't want to see him. But I decided to go. Mostly because I needed that stuff that I left at our house. I went with my sister for safety, obviously. We got there and he played with our baby. He offered to feed her. She wasn't hungry. Just acting completely different from the man texting me about how much of a heartless bitch I am. I didn't really feel comfortable having him near me or the baby with how violent his texts were, but she's still his baby. I don't think the courts would favor him after I show his texts, but I thought I should rather be safe and allow him some form of contact before going to court. This was a mistake. At the end of the visit, I decided I should go pack my stuff since that was one of the only reasons I agreed to come, but I didn't feel comfortable not being there while he had the baby. Yeah, my sister was there and I trust her, but I'd rather watch him with my own eyes. So my sister went upstairs to pack for me. As soon as she was gone, he started talking about, see, I'm good now, I can take care of her, and other stuff, but that wasn't the problem. Even if he became a super dad, I wouldn't be able to see him the same. Not after the messages he sent me. I told him that, and he got pissed at me. I was getting worried since my daughter was still in his arms, so I tried to de-escalate his feelings. It didn't work, and he started yelling at me for being heartless and stubborn and whatnot. I wasn't really focused on what he was saying, I was focused on my baby. I tried to reach out for her, and he shoved me hard enough to fall back. My sister came down and tried to help, but he shoved her away too and ran to the guest room and locked himself and my baby in there. He refused to come out unless my sister left and I stayed behind. I can't tell y'all how scary it is not to know what's happening to your child. It took officers almost 30 minutes to get him out, which pissed me off. Like, I know they were probably trying to assess the danger or whatever, but I just wanted my baby. In that 30-minute window, he could have shaken her or thrown her out the window or something, and they were there asking him to come out like he was a child and not breaking down the door. She was fine though, so I can't be too mad. They didn't arrest him since no harm was done, even though my sister and I had bruises to prove otherwise, but they held him outside while I packed my stuff. It actually bothers me that they didn't at least detain him, but there's not much I can do about it now. I don't think I'm going to go near him again, not with my baby. I'm thinking of going to apply for that emergency custody thing y'all were talking about. This happened on Wednesday and I'm still shaking. It's really depressing, for lack of better words, seeing how much he's changed. I really loved him and I felt he loved me too. How he's acting is crushing me. I feel deflated. My baby girl and my sister are really the only things keeping me going right now. I'm sorry for the wall of text. It's just texting makes me feel better and everything. Extra, after visiting the doctor, I decided to just skip the hassle and formula feed. She seems much happier with it anyway. Oh my god. This is scarily similar to something that happened to my sister. This has many similarities to something that happened to my sister with her ex-husband. So, absolutely not the asshole, the OP. Absolutely not. She's great. She did what she could. She was trying. She was even like, you know what? It's still her. It's still his kid. He should be allowed to, like, you know, be with her and everything, but as long as I'm there. And this man ran up with the baby and locked himself in the guest bedroom with the baby after shoving both her and her sister so hard that they got bruises and all of this. And being like, oh, I'm good. I can take care of her. No, you can't. You're mentally unstable. Go get some help. Go to a hospital. Get some help. Get all the help you need. If they give you medicine, take the medicine. This man just needs help. And there wasn't anything saying that she divorced him. But there was a thing of like going to court and stuff. And that they were going to apply for emergency custody. So maybe that goes to, maybe that goes to divorce or something. Or getting restraining orders. People can get restraining orders if they have, the probable cause. So, the comments are saying go see the doctor until the doctor just you need things documented to protect your baby. File a police report for assault, and both you and your sister write detailed statements of everything that happened. Then apply for emergency custody. And then they're saying go to the police station, file a report for assault. Screw those cops. They didn't have to take him, but the assault report should have definitely be filed. That's true. They should have filed a report of assault because that's what it was. And freaking child endangerment. He wasn't right in the head and he had a kid. That's child endangerment on his part. Like, of course, cops, they have to, assess the situation, try to de-escalate things without needing force or violence to be involved, because that can make things worse. But the fact that they didn't make a report about it, like an assault report and all that stuff, and, danger report, is not good on their part. And they did hold him outside, but they didn't detain him or anything. Maybe they just didn't have enough of the stuff. But yeah, this was something. This was 11 hours ago. 11 hours ago. Goddamn. That was... that was something. I feel so bad for her that she had to go through that. That this guy changed so much and was just genuinely, dangerous for her and her kid. That's so sad. Someone you love, changed so much. Maybe he was just a chill face this whole time. This really does remind me of what happened with my sister a few years ago with her ex-husband. God damn. What is wrong with people today? What is wrong with people today? Especially when it comes to having kids. What is wrong with people? Jesus. Remember helping my friend when they had their first kid, and at one point we did an hour-round trip on foot to get food for his wife as she was going through cravings at the time, plus feeding her chain. Man, see, that's a good husband. Actually helping with the baby, bro, you had the baby, you agreed to have the baby. It wasn't an accident. Even if it was an accident, take responsibility, because it takes two people. Of course, there's cases where it doesn't take two people, but those are different cases and don't relate to what happened here. Anyways, that was a long one. How about we go to the next one? Oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Am I the asshole for not forgiving my husband after what he has done? What did the husband do? That's what we're gonna find out. The story happened a few months ago, but I am emotionally sensitive and I am still very sad and shocked. My husband and I have been married for over 2 years. My husband runs a business, so for the past few years, I've been staying at home taking care of our child. A few months ago, we discussed buying a house, and I overheard him talking on the phone with his father about putting the house under his father's name. I didn't say anything about it because I thought it was his own money and he wanted to make his parents happy, so I reassured myself in that way. But I was truly devastated when I found out that he listened to his friend's advice to put the house under his parents' name and then transfer it to his name separately so that the property wouldn't be legally connected to me during our marriage. I was surprised how he could go along with that idea when we had been living together, raising children, and never had any conflicts. I couldn't keep my calm and caused a scene, and the house buying plan was postponed. After that, I cried a lot and he apologized and took me shopping for things to make up for it. But until now, whenever I think about it, I get indescribably sad. I can't forget it and I can't forgive him. What should I do? Yeah, I don't think OP is the asshole for that. I don't think so. Why would someone, if they had no conflicts? She thinks they had no conflicts, because that's the thing. Maybe he thought that there was conflicts. But even then, he didn't, according to what they said, he didn't, He didn't like try to explain or anything. He did apologize, like, and shopping for things to make up for it. But that's just like, you know, putting it under the dad's name so that he could then put it under his name so that the house would be only his and it wouldn't be legally connected to her during the marriage. Like what? Like, have a conversation about everything. Don't listen to your frickin' friend's advice. Your friend isn't part of the marriage. Unless there's something going on with, like, the marriage, then, like, both people still need to talk about it. If he's like, hey, there's stuff that I'm not comfortable with, let's talk about it, go to couples therapy, go do something, instead of just, oh, my friend gave me this advice, I'm gonna follow it and not tell my wife. Like, bruh. Yeah, for me, this was kind of easy to be like, I don't think this person's the asshole. I think it's understandable. Because it's not being like, she's not like doing anything. She's just not forgiving him. And because she can't forget that. Because that's a big like, betrayal for her, you know? So I don't think that she's an asshole for not forgiving him. Like, sure, it's like forgive and don't forget and everything. But she did say she's like really emotionally sensitive, you know? But at the same time, there's not much to go on here. But based on this, if this is the whole story, then not the asshole for not forgiving him. Because that's the thing. The question is, am I the asshole for not forgiving my husband after what he's done? I would say she's entitled to not forgive someone if they did something that she feels has wronged her. You know, like, you can't be like, oh, you have to forgive him, or, oh, you should not forgive him at all. Like, no. She's entitled to not forgive someone, regardless of the story. Maybe there's more to it, maybe there's not. But she's, you know, if she feels she can't forgive him, then that's fine. She doesn't have to forgive him. Maybe she can try to work things out, like maybe talk to her husband about it. Try to talk as much as she can when she's calm and not, like, emotionally, like, just unstable and stuff. But if she doesn't want to forgive him, she doesn't have to forgive him. People in marriages that are perfectly fine sometimes have stuff where they just can't forgive the other person, but they still love them. They're still with them. Still doing great. Let's see. Not the asshole, this is a big betrayal. His attempt to deceive you and leaving you and the kids financially exposed in this marriage isn't to be swept under the carpet. First is a serious conversation with your husband. Stop and tell him how he has made you feel and ask why he listened to his friend rather than discussing any concerns he had with you. At this point, you also don't know if he will do this again when you've calmed down, or what other financial decisions he has made behind your back, so you need to be clear before you make any decisions. That's true. She just has to sit down, talk with him, ask, why did you go to your friend instead of coming to me, and, you know, just discuss anything. Like, just both of them discuss stuff. Maybe it was a problem he had that she didn't know he had a problem with. Maybe it's something that she thought isn't a problem, and he's like, this is a big problem, but, like, I didn't want to bring it up and all that stuff. Second, I would also consult a lawyer, if only to discuss my options to ensure my future security. Finally, I would also go back to work. You need your own money and independence if you stay married to a man willing to screw you over at a time when you're in a happy marriage. Imagine what he tried to do in a divorce. Do investigating, find out whose name the business is in. My guess is if the husband was looking for his father to put potential home in his name, the business may be as well, with husband listed only as an employee. What? Civil conversation is the best way to make the marriage longer. Yeah, like, they just have, you know, they just have to freaking converse. Not only at a time when they're supposedly in a happy marriage, but also at a time when she's extremely vulnerable after giving birth and giving up her job. Yeah, I would agree that she does, like, even if she has a kid and everything, she does need to go back to work. She does need to go back to work, get her job and stuff, so that she can have her own money in case anything happens. It's always good to have, like, your own money, unless you're in a perfect marriage, a perfect relationship where you don't have to worry about anything. But it's always good to at least have your own money regardless of what happens. It doesn't have to be like, oh, what if divorce happens? What if they screw me over? Like, no, it can just be for emergencies. Like, maybe one person isn't gonna have enough money, and then the other person has no money, then you're both screwed. So, yeah, people being like, you need to get back to work, you know? You can't just be a stay-at-home parent completely dependent on that, especially when the trust has already been broken a bit. Yeah. Go back to work and into your income. Put your income into your own account. Also, add that she needs her own separate accounts at a different bank. Leave right after you hire a private investigator and get a report because he's cheating. What? He wants it in his father's name in case he gets caught. He and his entire family plot against you. They will figure out another way to screw you over. If he has access to any accounts of yours, including retirement accounts, get his name off because he's planning to drain them too, or already has. Take only half of the joint accounts. That is the only area where you should behave like an ass. Does he have exes? I talk to them and find out what... Okay, I feel like that's a little much. I feel like that's a little much. To... do in this situation? Hire a whole private investigator and be like, alright, this man is cheating. And that the whole family's that sounds like something out of a freaking K-drama and stuff. It could happen, but I think that's a bit extreme. I think that's a bit extreme. Yeah, there's not, like, the context... Yeah, it's not that much given either, like... Okay, he's working on an exit strategy. I suggest you do the same and refuse to move into a house that... He might, but... Okay. Okay. Alright, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like those comments were a bit much? A bit like... Oh, what's it called? There's a thing that I was told by counselor that people do. And it's basically like the worst case scenario, but they're convinced it's true. Like catastrophizing. They were catastrophizing the whole thing, being like, he's gonna leave you. He wants to leave you and stuff. You have to make sure that you get like the one up on him. Like going to, like getting her, like the people are like, oh, you have to get a job, get your own money. Fair enough. Cause, you know, the trust was broken and she should just be, you know, in the beginning, like she should just be saving up regardless. You know, she should have her own money regardless, or, you know, there has to be something. But the post didn't really paint that big of a picture. They postponed the house thing, so it has potential to get better. She has a right not to forgive. At least husband did something, though. Yeah, like, that thing, there's not enough context. Because there's also, you know, the fact that there's the husband. Why did the husband do what he did? She doesn't know. We don't know. Maybe there's a part where it's like... how do I say it? Like, maybe there's something going on that she doesn't know about and that he knows about, and is just trying to do something, or maybe like he had some problems with the relationship but she didn't know. There's like more to the story, so immediately going to catastrophizing is never good, especially when it looks like the OP is very sensitive to a lot of stuff, and emotionally and mentally. It's not good for people to put those kind of comments there. Immediately, like, feeding into her brain that he's cheating, he's making an exit, he's looking for a way to just screw you over, and the whole family is like, It's a conspiracy. It's a fucking mafia. It's a family mafia. They're gonna screw you over. Like, that's not good to put in a person's head. You could just be like, hey, maybe be a bit, like, careful, like, maybe just be a bit careful and see, like, how he's acting, but, like, sit down and try to talk to him about it. If things go wrong, then yeah, maybe consider, like, taking stuff legally, but, like, the thing has been postponed and it hasn't gone through, so maybe they just need to talk about it. Maybe she needs to voice her concerns to him. Because I think that was also a thing that was a mistake that they did. That I didn't say anything about it because I thought it was his own money and he wanted to make his parents happy, so I reassured myself in that way. If she overheard him talking on the phone, she's already doing quote-unquote eavesdropping. She might as well just be like, hey, I heard this. What's all this about? Boom. Step one. And instead of being like, the Lulu is not the Solulu, okay? The Lulu is not the Solulu. You should not reassure yourself in this way if you have doubts, especially in the relationship. Don't do that. Just, it's hard, but talk it out somehow. Also, the whole, like, caused a scene. What was the cause of scene? What scene was caused? Did she self-harm? Did she do something? Did she blow something up? Like what? Is there even an update? I don't think so. I don't think so. No. Nope. No update. No update for OP. Nope. So, in the context of what the title is, am I the asshole for not forgiving my husband after what he has done? No, she's entitled to not forgive someone for doing something that she feels has wronged her. That's all I can say about that. So, in the context of that title and what was said, she has the full right to not forgive her husband. It doesn't matter like who it is. You can not forgive your parents. You can not forgive your friends. You can not forgive your husband. It's fine. Because she feels like it's wronged her. What's not fine is taking things to the extreme and not talking things out and instead asking people online before you've even talked stuff out with the person you're having a problem with. Anyways, next one. Am I the asshole for not willing to my house to... Am I the asshole for not willing to my house to my girlfriend after she put her house up for sale is moving in with me? What? What? For not willing to my house to my girlfriend after she put her house up for sale is moving in with me. I think they're trying to say, am I the asshole for not willing to either house my girlfriend after she put her house up for sale and is moving in with me, or not willing to, like, share my house. Let's see what it says, though. Let's see. I, male 53, was married for 20 years and my wife passed away 4 years ago. We had no children, so many years ago, we both did our wills. In our wills, we gave each other everything. And if we both died... Oh, not willing! Oh, to your girlfriend! Why are you gonna will something to your girlfriend? Y'all not even married! Why are you gonna will something to a girlfriend or boyfriend? What? Okay, and if we both died, then everything would go to my wife's nieces and nephews. I have no living relatives. One of the reasons I did was because my wife's parents had some money and my wife inherited several $1 million from them. What? One of the things we did with our inheritance was to buy our dream house. It's a big house, about 4,500 square feet, and has a 1,500 square foot garage out in the country. About a year ago, I met Samantha, female 55. She has her own house, but she would always come over to my house and spend the night. We got to talking. I said she could move in with me. Samantha has a daughter who is 25 and asked if she could move in too. Okay, people do live with their parents for quite some time. Gara lived at home until we were like 25, 26. That's fine. My basement's pretty big with a small kitchen and a few extra bedrooms, etc. So I didn't mind. Oh, well, like, that's true. It's basically like a whole like house. It's not like, you know, like that's... I don't see a problem with that. He doesn't mind, so like there's not really a problem. Samantha is in the process of selling her house. And she asked me if I would put in my will that she would get my house if I died. I told her no, that was from my in-laws' money and that should all go to my nieces and nephews as it says in my will. Samantha argues that if I die and she has no house, she will have no place to live. I told her, yeah, you'll get the money from the sale of your house, plus you won't have a mortgage payment, so take that money and put it in a money market account. I was pretty put off from this conversation because, from my point of view, Samantha would have zero expenses, and she could put all her money into savings minus whatever she wants to buy herself, not like she doesn't have a job. We got heated over this conversation. Samantha said I was trying to control her with money. When she said that, I told her that maybe this relationship wasn't such a good idea, so am I the asshole here? No. He's not the asshole. He made it clear that you don't move into your mom's boyfriend's house. I don't know. Maybe they were talking about marriage. Who knows? What confuses me is... Also, why is the baby fucking crying again? Are you kidding me? What confuses me is... Why is she brought up the whole... If the guy dies, she has no house, she has no place to live. I think what happened here is that they met, they started talking. She went over to his house, saw that he has a really good house, and is like, this man has a lot of money. So therefore, I should go and, you know, do what I can so that I can potentially have a well-off life if anything happens. Or maybe she was planning a murder. But that's a lot more on the movie side than realism side. I think, they just moved too fast. I think they just moved a little too fast. His wife died 4 years ago. A year ago, he met this person. But I think they might have moved too fast. But he did say, like, maybe this relationship isn't a good idea. So it's not like he's leading her on or trying to make something work with something that he can clearly see isn't gonna work. So I wouldn't say he's the asshole, because, first of all, you don't put a girlfriend or boyfriend in your will. You don't do that. Why would you do that? You could break up. What? Like, why would you... No one in their right mind would put someone who they're not married to in their will. Like, that's dumb. Hello? Hello? Zio! Hi, Zio! Welcome, Raiders! Hello! I was on this whole rant. But hi, Zio! How are you? How was your stream? You're playing Zelda, right? I was lurking, but I didn't pay. I don't remember the name. You're playing Zelda, right? But hi, welcome everyone, welcome Raiders. My name is Nekochi Kohaku. I'm a Peach Elf. Today we're reading Am I the Asshole stories from Reddit. And we're judging the people's actions and not the people themselves, unless it does seem that the person is not a good person. You're playing Zelda? I'm glad you're doing good. I hope you had a fun stream. I hope you had a good stream and that you got plenty of progress. All the progress. We judge all of it? No. I'm not gonna judge people based on one thing. Only their actions. You can judge actions, but sometimes actions don't define people because people make mistakes. Next week we'll finish it up. You're gonna finish it next week? Oh my god. Maybe I'll be able to be there for the finale. But I'm glad you had fun, Zio. I'm glad you had fun. If you need to, you know, go eat peas, go drink, you probably need to go. No, you don't need to go eat peas. You don't need to go eat peas. No, wait, you do need to go eat peas. I don't know. If you need to go eat peas, if you need to go drink something, you need to go, like, you know, rest. Do after stream stuff. Feel free to do so. And the same goes for you raiders. If you guys need to go eat, or if you need to, you know, do what you need to do, you know, just go eat, go sleep, go rest, go chill. Feel free to do so. But you're also welcome to just stay here and chill. Or lurk, do whatever you gotta do. But I appreciate the raid, so you thank you. I will chill, but I'll lurk. Have good lurkies. Have good lurkies. Oh yeah, Bam needs to go eat soon. He's old. He's an old man. He's an old man who needs to go sleep. How about I don't chat with you? What? How about I don't stay and chill? How about I don't chat with you? You know what? That's... You're able to do whatever you want to do. Okay, Seal. Bam, so old. Sadly. I'm just kidding, Bam. You're not old. See, people don't like me calling them old, but then people don't like me calling them baby. Like what? Like a baby, not like babe. Like... You know what I mean. People don't want me to call them old. People don't want me to call them a baby. What do I call you? I don't know why you need to wake up at 7 a.m. Like, what the fuck? Goo goo gaga. Goo goo gaga. Goo goo gaga. Goo. 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 Goo goo gaga. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened. Going to shooting range tomorrow. Have fun, don't die. Don't get shot, please. I want to be called a baby. Zio, you want to be called the baby? If I call you Babu, if I call you a baby, you won't get mad at me? It's time to put you down. What do you mean? What do you mean? Why put me down? You won't get mad? Okay, fine. For now on, I'll call you a baby. I don't know about cute. I think that's a little too much. Buster Chuck, yes. Straighten up. Put her down to a nap. Gonna put me down to a nap. I'm cute. You are not cuter than me, okay? You're not cuter than me. Between you and me, you're not cuter than me. I know that much. I'm not saying I'm cute, but I'm definitely cuter than you. I'm just kidding. Where were we with this? All right, this. Let's see. Not the asshole. I would tell Samantha that you aren't being controlling, you aren't asking for any of her money, and you ask that she does the same of you. If this is a problem, then she shouldn't sell her house and live with you. You're just setting the expectation that your house will go to your late wife's family. Samantha should not sell her house. Honestly, if I were in her shoes, I would turn it into a rental property or let the daughter live there for at least a year before selling. That's true! If her daughter needs a house, she should go live with her boyfriend and leave the house that she has to her daughter. Bro, you should get your cookie points while you still can. Mario Party. Oh shit. Wait, we are playing Mario Party. Zio. Listen, I didn't forget. I just forgot I should probably not be mean to you because you will target me. Zio. We're homies. We're friends. You wouldn't target me in a Mario Party, would you? You wouldn't target me in a Mario Party. Don't bonk me! I would 100%. bitch, then I'm gonna target you too. What the hell? After this harassment. But you know what? Deal and I already had a thing that if we ever played Mario Party, he would beat me, and I said I would beat him. So you know what? I will win. Nah, I'd win. Have good lurkies, IV. Stream? What's that? We're streaming Mario Party tomorrow. Adios. Can like you will have no money. What the heck? I'll get all the monies. I'll get all the monies. Screw you. I will have beginner's luck. Although I'm not a beginner, I have played Mario Party before. I will have not beginner's luck. Definitely 2 people targeting T. Why are there 2 people targeting me? Who's gonna target me? Huh? Who's gonna target me? What? Spiny, my brother. No, but Spiny likes me. He's nice. He wouldn't target me. He would be neutral. Surely. He would be neutral. No. No. You'll be neutral. Right. He plays favorites. No. If he plays favorites, that's not gonna be good for me. God dang it. No, no. 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 You got Kimmy? I do got Kimmy. Kimmy would always be on my side. I'll always have Kimmy on my side. Kimmy's always on my side. Kimmy's great. Anyways. So this person, not the asshole. Because why is she entitling herself into like she's any help in Mario Party? At least she's not gonna target me, okay? I'm trash at Mario Party. At least she would not target me. You know? Not intentionally, unless I accidentally do something, then she'll get payback. Oh my god. Her luck is insane. Kimmy has great luck. Like, what the heck? Mario Kart! Vamp, go to sleep. You're tired. That's a different game. We ain't talking about that. Mario Kart, she's playing. I suck at Mario Kart. I do want to have some Switch streams next week. Hopefully I won't have to cancel a lot of them. I will for sure play Ring Fit next week. I will for sure play Ring Fit. That's the thing I'm gonna play. But wait, my friend's dad remarried after her mom died. Her parents had an agreement that mom's half and everything will go to their kids. Her dad changed his will so everything will go to his new wife, even her mom's jewelry. What the heck? In an accident? I had a distant cousin who was killed by her husband in an accident. The police asked a lot of questions about other things, some money insurance related, but missed the fact that they had been arguing over money. He wanted access to her trust fund. He got away with it, but the family considered it murder. Excuse me. I've actually burped like 3 times this stream. Oh my god. I burped 3 times! We gotta update the counter! So yeah, this person, I feel like they might be a gold digger of some sorts. They shouldn't sell their house. If they're like, well, can my kid like come live with us? It's be like, don't sell your house. Leave the house to your kid. Have rental or something. So she can be getting money from the house, you know. Anyways, not the asshole. Next. Oh. Am I the asshole for losing it over fiance not using car seat for a 4-year-old? Huh? I was at work and was supposed to pick up our 4-year-old from school in about 10 minutes. I checked my phone and saw a text from 30 minutes before asking if he, 30s male should pick her up early and then from a few minutes before saying they were home. This would usually be a non-issue, except I used the car seat from his car to travel last weekend and he still hasn't reinstalled it. I texted asking what car seat he used, as he had a key to my car that has a car seat installed and his in my trunk, which was at my work, about a 5-minute drive from our kid's school. He never responded. My stomach sank. For context, 2 years ago, when kid was 2, he drove them to daycare while she was seated in the front seat in a lap belt. His explanation was they were running late for daycare. I lost it. I yelled and cried and told him I would leave him if he ever did it again. That he was willing to put our kid at risk for his convenience, and it eroded my trust in him. I talked about the life-altering injuries or death he was willing to put her at risk for to save a few minutes. He seemed to get it and said he wouldn't do it again. I told him I would leave him if he did. His rationale yesterday was that he didn't remember he didn't have a car seat until they got to the car, and he didn't call me to come because I hadn't answered my text, so I must have been busy. He didn't want to bring her into school so he could leave and get the car seat because he knew she would be upset and it would traumatize her. I lost it. I want to leave him. I yelled that he obviously didn't give a shit about her safety and just did what was easiest for him. He stated she was fine and I was freaking out about something that was a tiny risk. That his mom let him drive on her lap at that age and he's fine, and that he buckled her in the back with a lap belt. Yeah. So, definitely not the asshole. And man. I was at work and I was supposed to pick up our 4-year-old from school in 10 minutes. So the thing is, there's a reason why car seats are a thing. Because it's dangerous for small children to be in a car at a certain age without a car seat, because in case an accident happens, they can die or they can get permanently injured. That's bad. Especially in the eyes of a parent, it's seen as even worse because it is. He did this when the kid was 2. And she was in the front seat, which I don't know if you guys know, but being in the front seat is really bad for a kid because airbags are really strong. They can die from the impact. My question is, if she already lost trust in him because of that, why would she let him, in any case in point, drive with the child? Mocha, stop it. She should have just been like, you know what? You're not allowed to pick up our child. You're not allowed to drive with our child. And that's not good. And the thing is, he clearly doesn't think it's that big of a problem, because his mom would do that with him, you know, just put him on her lap when they were driving, and that, you know, it was fine because with the lap belt, you know. Yeah, because kids are fragile, and you're supposed to be protecting the kid. And of course, it depends on, like, where you live as well, because some places people just are better at driving than in other places, but it's just a precaution thing. I don't think she's in the wrong for getting mad at her fiancé. Especially when it had happened once before, and he said he wouldn't do it again. And I do get, like, the whole, like, well, he didn't want to, like, just bring her back to the school and stuff, but also, like, because apparently, according to, like, what she put that he said, he thought he had the car seat. So it's not that he was like, oh, no, car seat, whatever. No, he thought he had the car seat. And, you know, like, he thought he had the car seat. He got there. They got to the car. He realized he didn't have the car seat. He didn't want to go put her back in school and then go get the car seat and come back. So it's understandable why he did. I don't get the whole traumatize her part unless their kid's really prone to being an anxious little chihuahua. But I understand why, you know, I understand why he didn't, like, necessarily check if he had the car seat, because he's like, oh, I have the car seat, like, it's fine. I don't agree with the fact that she told him that he doesn't give a shit about the safety of the kid and only does what's easiest for him. They're both not... No one here is not an asshole, actually. For the whole thing of, like, am I the asshole for getting mad at the guy for not using the car seat? No. You can get mad at them for not using the car seat. But she did kind of ruin that whole thing of, like, you know, am I the asshole? Because in the whole thing of her accusing him of not caring about their kid's safety, then yeah, you're the asshole for that, because he thought he had the car seat. And he just didn't have the car seat, but he did think he had the car seat, which is why he went. Because he was clearly thinking of putting the kid in the car seat. The thing about him, though, is that he's saying that she's freaking out of something that's a tiny risk. It's not a tiny risk. Car accidents are not a small risk. A kid being in a car accident is not a small risk. And she has every right to freak out. Because for some reason, moms are always more emotional when it comes to their kids. And you know what? Fair enough. But they're both the asshole. I don't think anyone's a bigger asshole in this situation or in general. They're both pretty bad. She was accusing him of something that is really hard. Like, freaking, you don't accuse someone just like that. Getting mad, she could get mad, it's fine. But it's the fact that she accused him of not caring about the safety and just being selfish, when he clearly was like, I didn't remember I didn't have the car seat until, you know, we got it. But then again, that's also a thing of, like, he doesn't think it's a big deal, because how he was raised was that his mom did what he's doing. So there's no, like, you're not the asshole or you are the asshole. Like, there's no right or... No one's right in this situation, you know? Everyone's wrong in some sort of way. But you can see, like, why. Like, she got mad, yes. Should she have said that he doesn't care about the safety and is just being selfish and doing what's easiest for him? No. Should he have told her that she's overreacting over something that's a tiny risk? No, because people see things differently. For him, it could be a small risk because of how he grew up and how he was raised, that's what they did. But for her, it's not a small risk. So I think in this situation, she's an asshole for saying what she said, not for getting mad, because understandable that she would get upset, because especially since it happened before and it seemed that, you know, but both of them are in the wrong, you know. Because there's always this thing of understandable doesn't mean that it's right. Like, if, like, you can understand why someone did it, but it doesn't mean it's right. You can understand why someone didn't do something, doesn't mean it's not right. And it's just a whole thing. Am I the asshole for losing it? If losing it is her saying that, yes. Are they an asshole for getting mad or upset? No. Is he an asshole for not putting the car seat? In his defense, he thought he did have the car seat. So it wasn't that he wasn't thinking about the safety. And in his defense, he's just used to doing what he just did because that's how he grew up. Should he have underplayed her emotions and her thoughts and her feelings about the whole matter? No. So, in conclusion, both of these people are wrong. They need to learn how to communicate. They need to learn how to be more open-minded of other people and how they think and how they act. Case closed. Both of you guys are the assholes. In different stuff. I think we can do... I think we could do 2 more, and I want to do these 2 because they seem interesting. So... Oh god. Oh god. Am I the asshole for telling my ex-wife's fiancé the truth about our divorce? My 33 male ex-wife... So, he's 33, his ex-wife is 30. My ex-wife and I got divorced 3 years ago. In college, we worked at the same restaurant. That's where we met. We were together for 7 years and married for a little over 3.5. We divorced because she cheated twice. Okay. 2 years into our marriage, I discover she's having an affair with a former classmate. I collect enough evidence and confront her. She confesses everything. The affair was about 2 months long. This was a really terrible time, and it was really hard to work through with her. You couldn't call me an idiot, but I'm a forgiving person. I do believe in second chances and that people can change. You know what? That's fair enough. Because people can change. If they believe in... I believe in second chances. Heck, I give people way too many chances sometimes. That's not bad. Because people can change. If you're someone who's like, you know what, you shouldn't forgive anyone, you shouldn't trust anyone, then I'm sorry, but you might need to reevaluate the way you see life. So we agreed to reconcile. We did the work, we had marriage counseling, we read some of the books, she went no contact with classmate right away, open phone policy, we told her parents. She was doing the right things and the relationship was recovering. 1 year into a reconciliation, her aunt dies. I am very busy with work and cannot attend the services as they are on Thursday and Friday, back in her hometown 5 hours away. Her parents and brother no longer live there, so she stayed with a good friend from high school. I'd met this friend a few times and was comfortable with that. Okay, my problem with this is... Maybe it's just because of the way I think. I hate it if my significant other would stay with literally anyone who isn't family, even if I trust them. Things happen. I don't care. Things happen. I wouldn't be comfortable with that. But they were comfortable because they had met the friend a few times. If it was the services, if it was in her hometown, wouldn't her family be also staying somewhere? And maybe she could have stayed with the family? Teeny tiny maybe red flag, but maybe also just me being a red flag. On Saturday morning, my wife texted me that the car was loaded and she was about to start making the drive home. About an hour after that, I got a Facebook message from a friend. Should I ask time? Yeah, you know, that's true. You can ask time off. Why didn't he ask time off? He was very busy with work and cannot attend the services. They're Thursday and Friday. He could ask time off for those 2 days. Make it up with overtime. Especially since it's a family thing, you know? But, okay, sir. That makes it seem like you care more about your work, but whatever. So, okay, about an hour after that, I got a Facebook message from the friend who stated she wouldn't be able to live with herself if she just let this go, but informed me that my wife had gone out. Oh! Wait. But informed me that my wife had gone out Friday night with some old friends from high school. The friend thought nothing of this until she discovered my wife had left her phone behind and that she didn't come back until the following morning. I'd gotten a text that Friday night from my wife that she was going to bed early since the past 3 days had been emotionally draining. So she lied instead of being like, hey, I'm going out with some high school friends because things have been too much and I just want to just have fun, release like any like energy. I don't want to think about sad stuff. I want to just do something to take my mind off of it. Instead of saying that, she said, I'm gonna go to sleep early because things have been very draining for me. And then she went out with her friends. So that's lying in a relationship. A marriage. Maybe it's old-fashioned because my parents are very old-fashioned. Therefore, I have old-fashioned beliefs. But I don't think that... I think if you're in a relationship, you should just straight up say, hey, I'm gonna go out with people. If they ask you, are they men, are they women, are they both, tell them. Don't be like, it's none of your business, because it is their business. You're in a relationship. It's the same with... People should... Like, if you're in a relationship, one person should not go out with another person of the opposite gender late. When it's late. Like, they shouldn't go out to dinner together. You don't need to go out to dinner together. If you want to go out to dinner with someone who's a guy and you're a girl, go out with a group. But there's no reason for someone in a relationship to go out with one person. She was going out with a group, so she could have just said, hey, I'm gonna go with a group of friends, and I'm going out for the night. Bye. Like, that's an easy text. It's not that hard. I confronted my wife as soon as she got home. She was really hesitant to tell me anything, so I lied to her and told her if we were going to work through this, I needed to know everything like last time. That got her to confess that she had gone out, had gone home with an old friend from high school. She said they didn't have sex, but they did do stuff that I wouldn't go into detail about here. It didn't matter. Once I got the truth, I left for my parents' house. That week, my dad called my landlord and paid all the termination fees and got me out of the lease. We went, got my stuff while she was at work. My parents set me up with a friend of theirs that was a divorce attorney, and he cut me a deal. It took about 7 months for a divorce to go final. Alright. That was 3 years ago. I have an awesome girlfriend and I'm doing well. Okay. This past weekend, I got a Facebook message from a guy who is now engaged to my ex-wife. He introduced himself and said he was probably just being crazy, but he wanted to know why we had gotten divorced. He said he had broached the subject a few times and she gets really weird. She had told him we divorced because we grew apart, but mostly she just deflects or is very vague. And what was the title of this? Am I the asshole for telling my ex-wife's fiancé the truth about her divorce? Excuse me. I would say no to that because he's the one who asked. The guy didn't go out of his way to find who was, who, you know, they were with again and be like, hey, so I should just tell you. Like, no, people make their own decisions. If you're with someone who's a red flag, someone gets with that red flag person. I'm sorry, but that's their life. You should not tell anyone who to date or who not to date because that's their decision, unless that person is literally a psychopath or an actual abuser, and you should let them know. But this person is just a cheater, and you know what? Maybe they changed, but at that point, that's like not your... That's literally not your problem. But this person they asked, you know? They were the one who asked. They're like, hey, I want to know, like, why he's got divorced. I'm probably just being crazy, but she's always being weird. So let's see. I told him the truth and offered evidence if he would like. He declined and thanked me for my time and story. A day later, I get a phone call from a local but unknown number. I answer and it's my ex-wife. She is really upset and asking me why I'm trying to ruin her future. I get her to calm down and talk. She says her fiancé has asked for some space and is staying with his parents this week. that he is saying he needs to reevaluate their relationship. She wants to know why I told him all about their past and why I'm still punishing her. She tells me she's not that person anymore and has done all this work and been in therapy, that she deserves another chance and I'm being petty and hateful. There were a few generic insults thrown. I got a little pissed and told her if she really changed for the better, she would have been upfront with him and about her/our past and owned up to cheating in her prior marriage, and then gone about showing her fiancé that she was ready to be a worthy partner to him, unlike she was with me. Instead, she tried to lie and hide the truth, and now it's blowing up in her face again. She said a few choice words and hung up. I haven't heard anything since. I told my girlfriend and she reassured how I handled it, but I find myself feeling guilty. I still believe in second chances and that people can change. Well, I would have felt wrong lying to the guy. I wonder if I should have handled the whole thing differently or just not responded. If she's truly different and this is just a blip, I don't want the thing that prevents her from finding... I don't want to be the thing that prevents her from finding happiness. But also I believe I'm not what's hurting her engagement. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. He wouldn't have reached out if he didn't see any red flags. That's true. Because this person clearly saw the red flag of her being really evasive and being really weird and stuff. Because if they really just... Of course, like, if it's the whole thing of how it's like they did grow apart and she was like, we just grew apart, we divorced, we just weren't compatible. And they thought that was a red flag. Okay, then that's the other person's, like, fault. But he reached out because he was like, I'm probably overthinking things, but I just wanted to know, why did you guys get a divorce? Because every single time I ask, she's really weird about it, and I just want to know. So it's just like, he's the one who wanted to know, and he told him, he was like, well, you know what, this is what happened in our past relationship. I can show you evidence if you want. And he was like, no, it's okay, thank you for your time. Maybe he could have added at the end of that message, if he really wanted to, be like, this is what happened in our relationship, but I can't say anything about the person she is now. She could have changed for the better, but, you know, you wanted to know, so this is what happened. It's the fact that she was being really, like, secretive about it. Because, like, he did say, if she had changed for the better, she would have owned up to her mistakes and been like, so I cheated in my last marriage. I cheated twice, but I have changed. And I'm not doing that anymore. I feel really bad about what I've done before. I've gone to therapy, I've gone to counseling. I'm not that kind of person anymore. Then it probably would have been fine. If the person wanted to leave her then that's fair enough too. Maybe they don't want to be with someone who used to be a cheater. Because there is a thing that old habits die hard. And it's true. Some people can try their best to not cheat, and it still happens. And you know what? C'est la vie. That's just how life is. But the fact that, like, I feel bad for this person because they feel guilty because they're like, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. But at the same time, they just responded. Like, if they didn't respond, I don't know, who knows? But they responded, that's that. There's no... There's a thing that my parents always say, my mom always says, it's in Spanish, el hubiera no existe. El hubiera no existe. And that's basically, you know, like the thing of like, oh, like I should have done this. It's basically, the should have does not happen. Like, it doesn't exist. The like whole like, oh, I should have done this. Should have does not exist. That's what it is. No, it's not. It is what it is. That would be es lo que es. But no, it's basically like the should-haves don't exist. You know? Because you can be thinking back and you could be like, I should have done this. Hubiera pues hecho esto. But that doesn't exist. So there's no point in beating yourself up over the past that you can't change, and instead try to not do the bad things you did in the past going forward. And I feel like that applies to this person. On the whole, that he feels guilty, but it's like, you know what? Should have does not exist. You should have done this, you could have done this, you shouldn't have done this, you couldn't have done this. But, you know what? It happened. What happened, happened. You just move forward. If you feel guilty, you can, if you really want to, you can reach out to the guy and be like, hey, that's just what happened in my past relationship. I want you to just make your own decisions. It's your relationship. She could have changed. Maybe she did change, you know, but I just shared what you wanted to know. And boom. So you know what? This person, not the asshole. Next. Next one. Also, this one really caught my eye. The past is in the past, leave it be. Yeah, it's all about just doing better than what you did in the past, you know? Like, if you're like, hey, you know, I can do better, then just do better. Let's see. Am I the asshole for telling my ex-girlfriend I could have been a better father to her kids than her baby daddy? Okay. Okay. Dated this woman for almost 2 years a while ago. We had our ups and downs, but we always had a special sort of thing for each other. She got pregnant, and we were so excited, but had a miscarriage and it devastated her. After that, our relationship just wasn't the same. We tried again, and this time her period was late. This was false hope, and she eventually got her period. This really got to her, and suddenly things changed between us. After a few months, we decided to take some time apart to work on each other. Her idea. Much to my dismay, a month after our breakup, she had another, much younger boyfriend. She's 26, he's 21. I felt betrayed. She ended up getting pregnant again and having a child with him. Not gonna lie, this hurt. Long story short, a year goes by and she randomly adds me on social media and starts liking my stuff. I go to her profile and she's single. I messaged her one night and just said hi. We caught up a little bit and she said that her baby daddy was a piece of shit. I told her I would have been a better dad, but she ended things between us and now she's stuck with it. Am I the asshole for saying this? Does this sound jealous? My opinion, yes, you're the asshole for saying that. This person is indeed the asshole for saying that. Why? Because he's making it about him. She wanted a kid, and she got a kid, and she was probably happy. And people changed. Maybe the guy is just like... I don't know why... I hate the fucking phrase baby daddy or baby mama. Especially, like, because it's like... Like, why? Like, why? Why do you still, like... You could just be like, yeah, that's the mom of my kid. That's the kid's mom. But I don't know, it's just weird. But the thing... Who said that stuff anyway? Because it's like... Why tell, like, why rub it in her face that she made a quote-unquote mistake for leaving you? Like, that's just trash. Like, that's honestly... It's a bit trash, isn't it? Like, what's the point of that? Huh? Like, maybe she's, you know... Because it's just... So, you know, they have their ups and downs. She had gotten pregnant, they're excited, there's a miscarriage, she gets depressed. They tried again, false hope, and you know what? Things changed. After a few months, we decided to time apart to work on each other, her idea. That's a breakup. There is no time apart in a relationship. There is no time apart in a relationship, okay? Maybe that's just my thinking. You can think whatever you want. But for me, there is no time apart in a relationship. If you want time apart, no you don't. That's a breakup. You break up, you're not each other's significant others. That's just how it works. You can't be mad if they end up getting with someone else because you broken up. You're not boyfriend and girlfriend anymore. So you have no right to feel mad, to feel sad, to feel hurt, because that has nothing to do with you. And if you think it does, no you don't. Get your ego checked. Not everything has to do with you. Because look at this. Time apart to work on each other. And then a month after our breakup, keyword, breakup, you know, broken up. You're not girlfriend and boyfriend anymore. You're not together anymore. You're just acquaintances. You know each other. That's it. She had another. I felt betrayed. She had a kid. Maybe it's because it was too soon, and they think that she moved on too fast. That's fair enough. But you shouldn't take it personally. Some people move on quicker than others. But it's not a personal thing. And then it's like she ended up getting pregnant again and having a child with him. They had time apart to work on each other. Maybe that's her working on herself. You know? What if he had done the same thing? What if he had gotten a new girlfriend right after they broke up? It wouldn't have been a problem then, would it? Or maybe it would. Maybe rebounds are a thing. Shocker, I know, rebounds can be a thing. And it seems that that's what happened. That she just had a rebound, she got pregnant, and she had a kid with him. And it's like, that just happened. They just managed to have a kid. And that's what she wanted. She wanted a kid. Not gonna lie, this hurt. It can hurt that, like, they had a kid with someone else. But at that point, they were broken up. You can feel hurt, but you shouldn't feel, like, salty or anything. Because at that point, you're not together. Don't feel salty for stuff you're not together with. It's like if you're feeling jealous over your ex having a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever, then what? Work on yourself, please. That is not good. You guys aren't together anymore. You shouldn't be mad. You shouldn't be jealous. You shouldn't be anything about what happened to Ed, like that person, you know? But, you know, the whole thing is, am I the asshole for telling my ex-girlfriend I could have been a better father to her kids than her baby daddy? Yes! Because you don't tell people that. You don't be like, oh, I would have been such a better father, but you decided to leave me, and now you have to deal with your consequences. You made your bed, now lie in it. Like, no, you don't tell someone that. You don't tell anyone that. I don't care who it is. You don't tell anyone that. That's just messed up. Does this sound jealous? Yes, it does sound jealous. Because you are jealous. They're still jealous. They're still salty that they had a kid with someone else and that they're with someone else. And she brought up that, you know, the baby daddy isn't a good person. Maybe she wanted to get back together. Maybe that was her way of hinting something. But him going and saying like, oh, I would have been a better dad, but you ended things between us and now you're stuck with it. Like that seems like very vindictive, you know? It seems very vindictive and that's not good. I don't care what happened. That's not good. Fuck the Chad, date the Ch. She realized she messed up and wanted the good old date back. Alright. Needs to be careful if he doesn't want to raise someone else's kids too. Needs to block her and move on with the life. Fuck around, find out. Ship has sailed, not the asshole. Equally mature. Messages her and attacks her despite her never betraying him or doing anything more egregious than moving on and making her own mistakes. Like... You sound jealous, which makes sense. You love this girl and she left you to have a baby with another man within a month. But he agreed to it. He agreed to it. That's the thing. He agreed to have a break. He agreed to it. If he didn't want to, he should have said no. And maybe they would have broken up fully instead of the quote-unquote having a break. That never works out. Having a break never works out. You don't have a break, you have a breakup. Okay? If you're gonna have a break, there's an up after it. Like, she just wanted a kid. She did go about it in a wrong way. But that doesn't make him any less of an asshole than she is. Like, he can be jealous, sure, whatever. That's a bit weird to be jealous of someone you're not even with anymore. But just be like, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope, like, I wish you the best, good luck. And that's it. You don't have to say anything else more than that. Because then that shows that you're still hung up on that relationship. And that you're still jealous. Does it sound jealous? Yes. Are you an asshole for saying that in general? Yes. Are you an asshole for feeling hurt? No. It's weird. But you can feel hurt if you want to. But he didn't have to respond. He responded, they're the same level, like the other person said, same level of maturity. He had still attacked her. And, you know, she made her own mistakes. That's her problem. He shouldn't rub it in her face. Just like if he had done the same thing, she shouldn't rub it in his face if the roles were switched. Like, that's just stupid. He's the moron who responded by messaging her. The dude needs to move on way too bitter. That's true. He's bitter about it. That's the thing. He's bitter about it. He hasn't moved on, and he's taking it out on her. He didn't get therapy. He didn't do anything. Let's see. I lived like this and took mine back and stepped in as a dad. Ended with multiple affairs and her pretending like I was never important to the kid who loved me like dad broke me. She's now pregnant with affair partners, twins. Over here wearing clown makeup for blowing past the red flags. It's not their fault for... Women like this are always bad news. It's not their fault for, you know, taking the person back. Maybe it is their fault for looking past the red flags, but maybe they're like, hey, maybe they can change. I'll step in for the kid. You know, I'll love the kid like it's my own. She's the person living her own life and dealing with the reality of her choices. Not sure why you felt the need to point out the obvious. Why are you still contacting her if you're still angry? Because he's still angry. He still loves her and is angry of his stupidity. I don't think that's love. I think that's just him having a bit too much of an ego and being like, I can't believe this person, you know, wasn't with me anymore and she had another kid. Like, oh my god, I'm so salty about that. I don't think that's a love thing anymore. I really don't think that's a love thing anymore. Because she contacted him first. He responded. They caught up. Okay. She started like venting or whatever. Who knows? And then he decided to be petty and rub it in her face that she made mistakes. Why would you rub it in someone's face that they made mistakes? It's like the whole like I told you so thing, being like, I don't want to say it, but I told you so. Like, sure, like maybe you did, but they know their mistakes. At that point, they know their mistakes. You don't have to rub it in, you know. Like, bruh. Like, this, I don't know, this is weird. He needed to say it and she needed to hear it. All is right in the world. She was looking for someone to raise her kid that made him feel superior and he vented. Maybe she was. Maybe she realized this guy's a jerk. Honestly, the other guy was way better and I'd rather have him help me raise my kid with me because we always wanted a kid together. Maybe she was thinking back on the quote-unquote good old days and all that stuff. But it's still not good. Like, it's still not good to say what he said. He is the asshole for saying that. She made her own choices. She made her own mistakes. That's on her. She's not an asshole for just living her life and making mistakes. That's part of life. You make mistakes. But, like, I don't know. It's not like she wants him to raise the kid and she still wants to be with the guy. At least that's not what it looked like. If that is the case, then she's also a jerk for being like that. But man, I see the whole like, you know when they like say that Redditors are like just people who are always on the internet and they're all like, ugh. I see that with some of these comments. Some of these comments, I feel like they might be projecting. Maybe that happened to them. Maybe they're still also salty. But, oh my god. This would be the same vibe as me being jealous about an ex that has a girlfriend and being like, oh, why are they happy? Like, that's not good for them and all that stuff. And I'm just like, no, it's their life. If they come and message me, it's gonna be like, okay, whatever, we'll catch up. If they start complaining, I'm like, well, sucks to suck. I'm sorry. Maybe not sucks to suck. It just be like, I'm sorry that stuff happened. I wish you the best. Have a good day. Like, I don't know. Some people think hate is the opposite of love. It's not. When you hate someone, you're showing that they still have a hold on you. The true opposite of love is apathy. You're the asshole. You should not even have messaged her. You just put her out of your mind and move on. It did not work out like you had hoped, and you can't change the past. I had a nasty ex-girlfriend that by the end of the relationship, I just hated her and everything about her. About a year after the breakup, I looked her up on Facebook, and it dawned on me that no matter how her life is looking now, looking her up is not healthy, and I need to just forget about that person entirely and not care. All that stuff is in the past now and unchangeable. Looking back like this and torturing yourself about the what-ifs, the what could have been, and getting that last little I told you so spiteful shot out. She made her choice, and that ended up not including you. Your relationship with her is over, gone, dead. The trust is broken beyond repair. There's no salvaging any relationship. Just walk away, block her accounts, and ignore her. That's the only way to heal from this. That's true. That's true. Not the asshole. The grass is not always greener. Now she gets to deal with him for the next 18 years. Time apart to work on each other is girl code for hunting for a new dick. I think that's just code for everyone. You want time apart? No, you don't. You don't want time apart to work on each other? No. You just want to get with someone else. And that's fine. Just break up. I hate that people do that. The people are like, oh my god, I need time apart. And then they're still talking, and then they're like fucking 10 other people. And it's like, no, you don't want time apart to work on each other. You want a breakup. Just break up. There's nothing bad with getting in a relationship, realizing the relationship is not going to work, and just breaking up. Because, you know, stuff happens. Maybe you just didn't make the right choice, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I don't know why people are so opposed to breaking up when something isn't working and it's all bad, and then they want the break. They want like the time apart to work on each other, and then they're just going to be having sex with like 10 other people. At that point, don't get in a relationship. If you're always going to want to be getting laid with other people, just don't get in a relationship. Why do you need a relationship then? Like, it's fine. It's dumb. It's icky in my mind. It's gross. But you do you. Like, jeez. She brought up how the piece of shit has responded. If anything, she's the asshole because she should have known this would hurt you to hear given your previous losses. Okay. Alright. Oops. She hurt you and your mental health. You should just... I mean, that's the thing. Like, he's hurt. Why didn't he block her? Why didn't he, like, see and be like, no? And when that happened, just be like, I'm sorry, bye, and then block her. Like, bruh. Nothing wrong with a quick dose of reality, but then if someone did that to them, they would be all pissy, piss baby about it, wouldn't they? Like, bruh. My only question is why a 26-year-old woman would think an ideal partner would be a 21-year-old dude. Not that that's a big difference, but most mid-20s women I know ready to settle down and have kids. Most early 20s men are still immature. I think it just goes both ways. I don't know, I think it goes both ways. Someone would probably say that about like, why would a 26-year-old man want to be with a 21-year-old woman? It's like, I don't know. Maybe they just really like them. Maybe it was a one-night stand gone wrong. Don't communicate with her. She just wants a stable baby daddy. Maybe she's trying to collect baby daddies. What? She didn't want you, and she doesn't deserve you now. So she's thinking she's hoping you're willing to step back into the role. Now she has a baby. You jump a chastity about the kids. You actually want a child. She stupidly hooked up with one. Oh, they don't know that. She also seemed to want a child too. She also seemed to want a child as well. You know? She really wanted a kid too. They can't just be like, oh, you actually wanted a child, but she didn't. She just stupidly got one. Like, no. Actions have consequences. Sounds she hasn't fully grasped that. Then that's her problem. You don't owe her emotional support after she's made her decisions. That's true. He's not the asshole for not wanting to do anything with her. He's the asshole for having said what he said. That's the whole thing. That was the question. Am I a jerk for saying what I said? Yes. Yes. In every ways, yes. Like, bruh. No one's saying she did do something wrong. But that doesn't mean this guy is a perfect little angel either, just delivering doses of reality to everyone. Like, no. Like, that's stupid. Like, bruh. Why are they saying not the asshole? That's not about this. That's not about this. All of this is irrelevant. The question was this. This is the question they're supposed to be answering to. They're not supposed to be answering to, like, little tidbits of the story that leads to asking this question. Redditors! Learn how to read. The whole thing is like, am I the scallywag? Am I the jerk for saying this, this, and this? You read it and be like, you know what? Yeah, you're a jerk for that. Are you in the right for feeling like sad and stuff? You can feel sad and stuff. But that's the question was this. Am I the asshole for saying this? Yes, you are. Like, what is this? It's dumb. I didn't get it. I didn't think I'd get so heated. I didn't think I'd get so heated. Turned out my face tracking also just died right now, so he quirks and stuff. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Also, hi. Hello. Hello, Sanji. Hello. I was reading and I got heated because some common sense ain't that common. All negativity starting to get to you. Oh, and Yola, yeah. Have a good day. Have good lurkies. Honestly, that's probably it for this reading. How many did we do? I don't know. Let's see. Oh god. We did 1, 2. This was actually 3. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We did 9. Do you guys want a 10th one? Do you guys want a 10th one? Let's do a 10th one. Let's round it up to a pretty number. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna read the titles and see which ones I want to do for the last ones. Am I the asshole for telling my son he was being a hypocrite by accusing his STBXW? What the heck is that? STBXW of being a bad mom? Because she cheated when he loved his father despite him cheating on me? What? Oh, what happened? Wait, what happened? Why was there a timeout? Hello? Was it spam emojis? Is that what it was? Oh, it's considered a link. Ah, okay, sorry. Yeah, oof. Let me see. My asshole, my wife decided she wants to allow my 15-year-old son to vape THC in our house so that at least he won't be doing it at school or other places. She also argues that every kid is doing it. I totally disagree. Refusing to allow my homeless brother to move in with me. I'm awake now. Somehow my dream and in real life are both real. I think Chi popped off so much in the last Reddit post I had to dream about it. Hi, Shikai. How are you? Good morning. For building my son a 3K custom PC and getting my daughter a 2K MacBook. What? I want to read this one, actually. This is going to be our last reading. We might do something else after, but... Let's see. Am I the asshole for building my son a 3K custom PC and getting my daughter a 2K MacBook? So, I'm in a bit of a family pickle here. I stream on Kick/Twitch, and my son has been getting pretty serious about streaming, and he's shown a lot of dedication. Debating on sleeping again or seeing if Chi pops off harder. Oh my god. To help him out, I decided to buy him a custom desktop PC worth about 3K. We even spent some quality time building it together, which I thought was a great way for us to bond and also a good learning experience for him. On the other hand, my daughter needed a new laptop for school, so I bought her a MacBook Air valued at 2K. I figured it was the perfect tool for her education, considering how reliable and user-friendly MacBooks are. Here's where the trouble starts. My wife thinks I'm playing favorites because there's a 1K difference in what we spent on their gifts. She says I'm being unfair, and now my daughter is feeling sad and jealous, which wasn't my intention at all. I thought I was being considerate of their individual needs and interests. Am I the asshole? How should I deal with this? Okay, not the asshole, cause he's getting serious about streaming. You know, he needed an actual PC. He got them the PC. They spent quality time together. The daughter needed a new laptop for school. He got her that new laptop, even valued at 2K, which is more than a lot of laptops. My laptop is freaking 1K, dude. And I got it at a discount. It was actually $800. I figured it was a perfect tool for her education, and it's user-friendly and all that stuff. Why? So the daughter's feeling sad and jealous, but she got the laptop she needed for school, and he took into consideration that it's for education. When I wake up again. Good night, Chikai. You know, took into consideration that it's for the education and that they're reliable and user-friendly, so it would be easy for her to get, you know, like, the thing. I don't think he's the asshole. He still got them both what they needed. Like, he still got them both what they needed. One of them was just a bit more expensive because it needs more stuff. And it was a great way for them to bond. Needed a new thing, so you know they got that. Let's see. The money shouldn't be the main concern, but the quality time. That's true. You know what? That's true. I don't think he's an asshole for buying one of them a 3K custom PC and the other one a 2K PC. I don't think that's the asshole. I think that it is a problem that... Like, of course, we don't know the whole thing. Maybe he spends a lot of time with his daughter and not a lot of time with his son. But, you know, they spend a bunch of quality time and all that stuff. Maybe the daughter is sad and jealous that the dad isn't spending a lot of time with her. Like, maybe that's where she's jealous of. Maybe it's not the money. Maybe the wife is the one that thinks it's the money. But maybe the daughter is sad and jealous that they spent a lot of time building the PC and she didn't spend any time because all she needed was the laptop. You know, maybe that's what it is. For the question, though, which is what people should be answering, is, am I the asshole for building the son a PC and then getting my daughter 2K MacBook? I don't think so. Are you maybe not the best when it comes to the fact that this was... Maybe you didn't spend enough time with your daughter? Maybe your daughter just wants to spend time with you. Sumi! Sumi, hi! Hi, Sumi, how are you doing? How is your stream? What did you stream? What did you do? Hi, hello, welcome raiders. My name is Nekochi Kohaku. I am a peach elf. And we're reading our last Am I the Asshole stories on Reddit. I'm good, we're drawing. You're drawing goobers! Hell yeah, they're so cute to me. I've seen them and they're cute. I love your drawings, they're so good. I'm glad you're doing well though. And I hope everyone had a good time over at Sumi's stream. Thank you, you're welcome. But I hope everyone had a good time there. Ouchie. Kevin was right, had a peek at description. Steal brain cells? Oh no. It's okay. I'll steal your brain cell and in turn you're provided with all the content and all the stuff and me being silly. I can't help it. I need brain cells. I have none, so I just take everyone's... I take one brain cell, okay? I'll be generous and take one brain cell. Unless that's the only brain cell you had, then I'm sorry. But it's mine now. Thank you for the donation of your brain cell. It's a great cause for helping my brain grow. But yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome raiders. You can't take something I don't have. I'll find a way to take something. I'll find a way to take a brain cell. Maybe it's the brain cell that you never knew you had, and now you don't have it because it's mine. The brain cells in this subreddit? Oh no. Are you saying the people don't have brain cells in this subreddit? Oh no. But yeah, I hope everyone had a good time over at Sumi. It's okay, Sumi. Maybe you have like 2 brain cells you didn't know you have. You still have 1. I only take 1 brain cell. I only collect 1 brain cell. Different tactic. Give out random facts that kill off other people's brain cells. For example, ice is rock. You promise? I promise. I'll only take one. You have hidden brain cells. It's okay. Ice is rock. I mean, it's hard. It is hard. It's a solid. I guess it's rock. Does that mean water's rock? Does that mean we drink rocks? Are you saying we drink rocks? But yes, if you guys need to drink something, if you need to go eat, if you need to rest, my mature ass trying not to say just like me. Feel free to do whatever you need to do, but of course you're welcome to stay and chill and hang out. That's what she said. Oh no, water is not rock. Wait, rock in geology, naturally occurring and coherent aggregate of one or more minerals. So ice is rock. That's why hail is called hailstone. That's true, because all the minerals. That is very true, actually. My mind is growing. That's not killing my brain cells. That's making me get more knowledge using the brain cells that I've stolen. Let's see. What are the... Want to hear my cutie? What are the things here? Are we drinking? So we are drinking rock. That's true. Water has minerals. Technically, snow is sand and blizzard is sandstorm. So that there, the root sandstorm is a Christmas song. Well, you know what? Snow is just cold sand. So, yes. And sandstone is just really hard snow. Sand is the snow of the beach! And snow is the sand of the freaking sky! Snow is the sand of the beach, let's go! I mean, sand is the snow of the beach, but... I confused myself. The brain! Our brain is braining too much. Oh my god. Let's see his comments. So... the money shouldn't be the main concern. What's happening? Don't worry about it. But the quality time. You mentioned that you were able to bond with your son over the build experience, and that's really great. By no means am I saying that is an experience you should have with him. But I do ask if you spent some quality time with your daughter recently. Your wife might have made her feel insecure about a relationship with you by highlighting the cost differences between the computers. Maybe she needs some dad time to reassure her. Money and families can be hard to keep balanced down to the penny. Impossible, really. I don't feel too badly about that, so long as you try to keep things within reasonable fairness of your kids. Yeah, I took too much brain cells? I did. I have... 500 brain cells, roughly, right now. L on the wife part? Yeah. Let's see. This kind of jumped on me there, too. Good old dad-son quality time. The effort to put to choose... What? Effort put to choose the PC parts because he shared interest in streaming and the daughter gets handed a laptop. I've been that daughter OP. Well, without the laptop because there wasn't any yet. My dad bonding with my brother over computers that I wasn't allowed to because girls don't play computer games. It just sucks to feel so left out and made to feel so uninteresting. Maybe you could check some accessories for the Mac with your daughter. Order some custom stickers. Something to include her. Get that bonding time. She clearly needs it. I gotta go get some rest, but have a stream. Much to love. Yes, Lumi! Have good rest. Have good eepies. Thank you for the raid again. Thank you. I promise only to take one brain cell. I'll see if you have any more hidden ones, and I'll make sure not to take those. But yeah, thank you. Have good eepies. What is this? Yeah. Let's see. Also, your wife fucking sucks if she brought this up so your daughter heard it. This should have been a private adult conversation, and it shouldn't have been so much about the money, but the time spent together. But you take too much? Nah. Never. She could have brought it up after daughter had said something to her. I feel like we're missing some important background. That's true. Maybe the daughter did say something about the money. Maybe the daughter doesn't care about quality time and does care about just the money. I feel like he should just talk to his daughter about it. 'Cause, did y'all know communication's also really important in a family? It's really important to communicate in a family. Honestly, such a kid thing to do. That's a such of everything to every person to do. What if you're in a relationship and you got something and then the other person got you something and it wasn't as expensive? I honestly don't care about like how much my parents spend on like everyone. Like I don't care if they spent like $200 on someone and like $10 on me, cause it's the thought that counts. Of course, if they're doing more for one person and then doing like barely anything for the other in like terms of like thinking and being like, hey, like I thought about you and all this stuff, then yeah, I do get a little jealous. But you know what? Communication is key in any kind of relationship, romantic, familial, colleagues. Communication is the key to life. Let's see. How about he spends 1,000 on doing something she enjoys and participating in her hobby? Let's see. The way it's phrased is that the wife brought it up to him because the daughter was feeling sad and jealous. Honestly, I noticed my brother getting preferential treatment starting from when I was very young. I don't know why everyone's assuming it's the wife's doing. That's chill. But I think it is a bit of a problem that the wife isn't... Like, the wife isn't, trying to be like, hey, talk to your daughter. She's feeling this way. Like, yeah, get mad at the husband or whatever. But, like, be like, you also need to talk to your daughter. You need to, like, you know, communicate with your daughter as well. But, you know. Playing the wife if the dad has any issues with the kids, even though the dad did something like spend an extra 1,000 and give quality time to one kid, which obviously will make the other jealous. Yeah. Like, I don't think the wife is like an asshole for just... Because it's that she thinks that he's playing favorites. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. That's just what she thinks. Because of the 1K difference in the gifts. Maybe that's just, you know, him thinking it's unfair. And now, like, the daughter, which... It wasn't his intention at all, but that's what she thinks, you know? But I think everyone in this family just needs to communicate. Maybe the kids can communicate with each other, the parents communicate with each other, kids with the parents, and vice versa. Wouldn't the favoritism be more making custom PC for one kid than giving a fist bump to the other and saying they can use PC at library? Both got big gifts and that's what they wanted. I think maybe they see favoritism because one is more expensive than the other, and like one of them it's like, oh, 3K, and then they built it and then they got the quality time, and then the other one's like, oh yeah, here's your 2K MacBook, anyways, have fun. But you know, I think communication is just key. Maybe they think it's favoritism. It's really easy for like when you have siblings to be like, oh my god, it's like favorite because they're oldest or they're the youngest and stuff. I've been there. I've been the one being told that I get favoritism from my parents, and I'm like, I just don't make mistakes. I'm just kidding. I'm actually like, I'm just not doing drugs and not always arguing with my parents on that YouTube sisters. I don't know. Communication. Communication is key. Stickers. We're really minding those gender stereotypes, aren't we? Boys get to build stuff, girls get sparkly things. Nice. They said stickers as like maybe something. Like maybe she's going to get the stickers on there. Maybe she wants custom keycaps on the thing. Oh. Sanji! Oh my god, I just saw that. Mom and daughter bonding over makeup. Dad bond is something over the hobby. Something they have in common. Yeah. Sanji, thank you! Wait. The keychain? Oh, thank you, Sanji! Oh my god. Sanji, please save your money! I appreciate it, but please, thank you. I like keychains. Keychains are very nice. But thank you so much, Sanji. Thank you. Arigato. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you. Oh my god. My Xbox One has a sticker that declares it's a USS Enterprise. What? It's very in for all genders to put stickers all over their laptops. Hadn't seen the story yet. Yeah, he could have spent time with the daughter where she could look at what was out there and he could tell her things. His death seems like what you said. Here's a MacBook. Like, Yeah. Yeah, cause there was like, let's see. I decided to buy him a custom desktop PC worth 3K. We even spent quality time building it together, which is a great thing. So they got the stuff together. She didn't even get to like choose what, like, maybe she wanted a different color MacBook. Maybe she could have chosen like, hey, this one looks cool. Or be like, hey, Dad, which one do you think I should get? Because maybe I don't know anything about like technology like that. Or I don't know which one would be better for like my studies and all that stuff. Well, no, it's not a bad thing about being like, oh, you know, like, yeah, he needed the custom PC, he got serious about streaming and stuff. The dad also relates because he streams on Kick/Twitch. But the difference is that they did it together, and the MacBook was just, here you go. Like, it's good. But maybe in, like, this is all just speculation. Maybe in the daughter's eyes, she was like, well, they spent time together, but, like, he didn't spend any time with me, and maybe they just wanted quality time. But you never know. Maybe they are just jealous that one of them is more expensive than the other. Maybe they're not. We don't have the whole story. I would just say that in this question alone, no, you're not an asshole for doing that. Because they still got what they needed. Maybe the daughter didn't get what she wanted. Maybe the son got what he wanted and needed, and she only got what she needed. But in this question alone, I would say no. If we're looking into nitpicking, being like, oh, maybe the quality time and stuff, and all that stuff, then maybe, yeah, maybe he could, like, deal a little bit. But this question, not the asshole. Overall, everyone in this family needs to communicate. Like, it's like the question, no. Overall, y'all just need to communicate instead of asking people online. Damn, there are so many of these. What? I'm sorry, but I know I said we were just gonna do 10, but can I do this one? Can I do this one? I wanna do this one. This is... because there's so much that can go into this. Let's see. Am I the asshole for not wanting to have sex with my wife? We had a great sex life early in our marriage. We had sex 4 days a week or more if we were on vacation. God damn. Well, that is so much. Jesus Christ. Okay. I would have liked more, but... you would have liked more than 4 days a week! If you're on vacation. Oh my god. A nymphomaniac. So, I would have liked more, but I was happy. She has some trauma from an ex, and about 6 months into our marriage, she bumped into him, and he began screaming at her and insulting her. I wasn't there at the time. She started having confidence issues and shut down sexually. You know what? Fair enough. That's really big trauma. You know she has trauma, that's valid. Where's... hang on. Okay, she doesn't like to initiate, and she started saying no a lot when I tried to initiate. She was struggling, I get it, but I don't want to feel like a creep that is always asking. I stopped asking as much. So we dropped at once. We dropped to once every 3 months, then 6 months, then less. In the last 15 years, we have only had sex 20 or 30 times, but at this point, we haven't had sex in several years, at least 5. Okay. I know this next part is probably going to answer what I'm thinking, but it's a bit weird to focus so much on the sexual aspect of a relationship. But it does say to hopefully answer people questions people might have. I'm a romantic, so that's fine. Although the really heavy focus of being like, we've only had like 20 times in the past 15 years sex, and you know, but he's having boundaries. Like, that's fine. He's respecting. So we still have intimacies through kisses, hugs, and cuddling and such. I believe in the sickness and health, better or worse part of marriage. So I stayed with her through this, whether physically or emotionally. She couldn't have sex anymore, and I wasn't going to punish her for that. I suggested therapy a few times through the years and said no. That's fair. Let's see. ちょっと待って。Advance the story to a couple months ago. Okay. She decided that she is over her issues. Good for her. You know what? Good job. We can't end it on 11. I just saw that. Damn. Okay, I guess we're gonna do more. Let's see. Where is it? So she finally tried therapy, and now she says she wants to have sex, but I don't. I tried very hard for many years to shut down that part of my brain. I trained myself to not think about sex. I don't look at porn. I don't fantasize about her or other women. I am happy with my life as it is. I said that I would take care of her pleasure, but wasn't interested in sex for myself. She started crying. She said, "What kind of wife can't turn her husband on?" Basically, she wants me to have sex after 15 years of practically sexless marriage. If marriage was about sex, I wouldn't have stayed. Oh, that's so cute! See? Okay. He just brought it up because it was relevant, not because he only thinks about sex. You know what? We love that in a man. I stayed with her while she was in pain and working through stuff because I love her. But I gave up my sexual desire a long time ago. If I could make it through my 20s and 30s without it, I don't need it now. We go kayaking and go on hikes, we explore the world and even play video games together. I don't need the physical side. So am I the asshole for wanting to keep our marriage the way she wanted it instead of having to make drastic swings in my sex life? I would say no. I would say no. If he's happy with how it is, then that's great. If, you know, if she wants to have sex now because she's like, I can handle it now, then that's great. If he's doing it for her, not just only for her but because he loves her, so he will do something that she wants that isn't harmful or anything, then that's fine. I understand why she would be sad about being like, what kind of wife can't turn her husband on, but it's not her fault. It's just that he doesn't do that anymore, which is perfectly fine. So I would say he's not the asshole. And he would just need to, like, clear that up with his wife, being like, it's nothing about you, I still love you, you're still amazing. It's great. Bam. Bam, that's not the point. Bam, it's about the closeness and the intimacy about it, okay? Jesus Christ. Like, he just needs to clear up, you know, like with his wife, like if she has some insecurities, I'd be like, it's not about you. I just don't feel the need to do that anymore. If you want to do that, I will for you. I don't mind doing it, but I don't, like, need it. I don't crave it. It's not about that, you know? Should have thought about that 15 years before. Should have thought about what 15 years before? Okay, so there's an edit to answer questions, which I think may help with... It's I don't see that kind of love in relationships nowadays. It's about the intimacy. It's about, like, the closeness as well when it comes to, like, you know, the whole sex stuff. But there are some questions and stuff. Of course, that's only my thinking of it, but there are an edit to answer questions. So we'll get into it. Why did her ex have such a reaction, and why did she refuse therapy? Her ex was violent. She said she was leaving him and he told her no. He raped her and beat the crap out of her while he was doing it. She thought she was going to die and it terrified her. She went to the police and they asked, if he was so bad, why didn't you leave sooner? Why didn't you have someone with you when you dumped him? Why didn't you call the police? on earlier incidents. And that, my friends, is what we call victim blaming. And people not understanding that when someone's scared, when someone's terrified, it's hard to think, quote unquote, rationally. And it's hard to do stuff rationally. And sometimes people have Stockholm, or they're just genuinely too scared to do anything because they think the person's gonna harm them, especially if they have before. She told her mom what was going on, and the mom asked, if he was so bad, why didn't you leave sooner? Why didn't you have someone with you when you dumped him? Why didn't you call the police on earlier incidents? In court, the other attorney asked, if he's so bad, why didn't you leave sooner? Why didn't you have someone with you when you dumped him? Why didn't you call the police on earlier incidents? This was a little over 20 years ago, and she felt that on some level, people were saying it was her fault. It's like the old victim shaming thing of saying she was asking for it. That is why she didn't want to go to therapy, because she was afraid it would be another person telling her she did something to deserve it. It's not rational, but she just didn't want to go through that pain again. Like, you know, she didn't want to go through that again. And that's fair. A lot of what we think, a lot of what we feel may not be quote-unquote rational in the sense of the word, but for us, it makes sense. And for us, we don't do it because of that. After 2 years of healing, we started dating. 18 months or so later, we got married. So, a bit over a year. 6 months later, she bumped into him and it terrified her. That is not a lot of time to properly heal and not be affected by something like it. Because, like, that's trauma. That's genuine, like, that's trauma. Every trauma is genuine. You can't say, oh, it's not traumatic because it's not that much. Like, that's a lot. And it's hard to fully heal from trauma. Like, any sort of trauma, it's hard to fully heal and have it not affect you. Incident, she saw him again. It doesn't matter how long ago it was. The time frame doesn't matter. He put it there because people were asking. But the time frame doesn't matter. It could be 20 years. And it would still not be... It'd still be the same thing. So... Well, okay, what it did say here is that it was like 20 years, like all of that. And then 2 years of healing. So it was 20 years, like a gap or something, I'm assuming. And 20 years of constantly being like, oh, I feel so bad, why didn't you leave sooner? Like, why didn't you have someone with you because you knew he was violent? Why didn't you go to the police earlier? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do this? And it's constantly, you know, blaming her, going like a long time with that. Actually, no, it wasn't 20 years. It was 20 years ago that like started, you know? Because they've been married for like 15 years. And you can see how bad like that is. That even if that was 20 years ago, it still like haunts her. And then 2 years of healing, they started dating. 18 months later, they got married. And then 6 months into their marriage, she bumped into him. And all of that just came rushing back. And then, as to why he didn't leave her long ago... If your spouse was in an accident and lost the ability to have sex because they're paralyzed or if they had a disease that made it impossible, would you leave them when they need you most? That's not me. I decided to support her. She's amazing. I truly love her. I wanted to help her, and to be honest, I thought it would just be a few months. Then I thought it would be a year. I kept moving the goalpost while trying to help her heal. I saw her getting happier in life and getting back to her old self. The only thing that didn't recover was her sex life, but it was a few years before I really accepted that. But she made the rest of my life so happy that I decided it was worth losing that one part of her life in order to stay with her. She had some bad things happen, but she isn't a bad person. As to how I said no to her offer of sex recently, I was surprised. There was no lead up. It was just, I think we should have sex. It was said while I was wiping down the kitchen counter. I replied with something like, I'm not really in that frame of mind. Yeah, it was not handled well, but I was surprised. As we discussed it, I said that I trained myself to stop wanting it, but that I do want her and I love her. I didn't just say, no, now be quiet. It was surprising and awkward. Bro, this OP, he's such a good guy. Oh my god. That is so sweet. That is honestly... Oh my god. He is so, like... Bruh. This might be... Aside, like... This might be, like, one of the few people on Reddit that I'm actually like, bruh, you're great. Freaking Gila Chad. Like, oh my god, he's so sweet. Bruh. What? You all needed to go to couple counselings like yesterday. This is not a question for Reddit. You need a professional maybe too. More like 15 years ago. Actually, I think OP handled a situation 15 years ago, Laurel. She said no to therapy through the years. End of paragraph 3. I'm petty, so when she said what kind of wife can't turn her husband on, I'd say the kind who didn't want to go to therapy for 15 years. Bruh. I don't think there has to be marriage counseling. Their marriage is fine. These people are... Oh my god. These people are actually disgusting. They don't need marriage counseling. They don't need couple counseling. She needed therapy for what she went through. He was helping her. He had no problem in helping her. It was literally that one part of their relationship that just ended up being nothing. But everything else was perfectly fine. These people are being like, oh, you guys need counseling and stuff because you're not having sex. Like, what the hell? Freaking fuck off, actually. Jobs full of femmes, circle wagons, how shitty the women's behaviors. Call controlling for men, these healthy boundaries. Oh my god. Had a bit of selfish outlook, thinking that while also not thinking your husband. Oh my god. Bruh. Take this issue with fresh eyes. Personally, I think OP's wife needs to do some rework approach of life. It's a recipe to have construction. Not a recipe to have construction. Oh my god. You know what? Screw these comments. Fuck these comments. Fuck everyone in the comment section. You know what? We had a happy end. They're both doing good. They talked it out. And they're both having a great time. And she was just sad that she was ready. And it ended up that it took her too long to be ready, which is fine. But that he just doesn't need that anymore. But he still loves her and everything. You know what? Comments, you guys are full of shit. You guys are stupid. And you blame people who were trying to get better. And you know what? I will say 100%. If these people went through what she went through, if it was a guy going through what she went through, he would have done the same thing maybe. And that's fine. If they went through what she went through, they would have done the same thing. Because that's just how it is. Maybe some stuff would be different because everyone's different. But if someone has trauma, if someone went through something bad, you can't tell them that it's... Like, you can't tell them the stuff that the comments are saying. And you can't just be like, oh, it's because it's a feminist thing. Oh, it's because it's a thing and everything. Like, no! It's stupid. You're stupid. People in those comments, I don't like you. And you know what? I'm glad I don't know you. Anyways, let's do one more. We can end it on 12. We can end it on 12. Let's see. Da 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 da. Oh my god! Okay. Trigger warning. Abuse. Oh, okay. I should probably not read this on stream. Never mind. I was gonna read this because the title is fine. In Reddit, we can't say their faces, but in real life, they won't say these things. Maybe they will. Some people are jerks online and in real life. Am I the asshole for telling my ex's best friend that she's the reason I left him? What? Let's see. I need to know if I'm wrong. I, 28, F, just eloped a month ago with my husband. Before meeting my husband, I was engaged to Jack, 28, male, fake name, and I left him 2 years ago. The reason was that he would always pick his two best friends, Paul and Wendy's, fake names, side over me. Paul thought I was making Jack boring, and Wendy had a problem with everything. She hated my clothes. I'm South Asian and tend to dress a bit too modestly. I don't think there's such a thing as a bit too modestly. And my job, as it was too taxing and spread no occasion to passive-aggressively tell me that I was boring and uptight. Wendy even made our whole engagement about her and Jack's friendship. And when I was mad, Jack defended her. She even barged her way into most of our couple trips, and if I protested, she said I was trying to alienate Jack from his friends. Jack always defended her and told me I was overreacting. Ultimately, I broke up with him and moved to another city for work. Wendy egged my car, and Paul left a rude text. I thought that was 8. Just from that alone, Jack is a fucking idiot, man. Jack, from that alone, is stupid. I have to break down this first paragraph really quickly. He was always picking his friend's sides over someone he was engaged to. You've known your friends for longer than you've known the person, maybe. That's fine. But when it comes to one of your friends constantly berating the person you're in love with, allegedly that's why you're engaged to them, the person you're in love with, constantly berating them, not liking their clothing, why is that her problem, not liking their job, it's too taxing, and always being passive-aggressive towards someone. Why would you pick that person's side? If they're basically insulting the person you're with, the person you love. Huh? Why would you not try to talk to both of the people and not defend anyone? You know? Especially, you know, if anyone, you should defend the person you're in love with. No. I know some people are like, what if they're a red flag? They're still the person you love with. You defend them. Maybe you'll see after, but the fact that he was constantly choosing someone else over the person he chose, you know, to be, you know, to want to marry. Okay, so this person would barge in on their couple trips for the two of them. If I was taking a trip with my boyfriend and someone wanted to join, I don't care if it's my best friend. I don't care if it's our best friend. I don't care if it's his best friend. I will say no. And if he has a problem with that, I'm gonna be like, too bad, so sad. Then you can take the trip with them because it's supposed to be you know, just a couple thing, you know. My dad called cat food. Mocha, you have more food. Anyways, what was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. Got distracted with my dad knocking on my door and being like, I got your cat some more cat food. Anyways, like I was saying, if someone did this, I would be like, absolutely not. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're this person's best friend. I don't care if you've known them since they're children. I don't care who you are. If this is a couple trip, you are not invited, no matter what. You're not allowed to barge in. I don't care if the person gets mad at me. I don't care if my boyfriend gets mad at me. It was supposed to be a me and him thing, just the couple thing, and that's how it's gonna be. And if they don't want it to be like that, then you know what? I won't be a part of that. Y'all can have your own little trip and everything, but know that I will be pissed off and that I had a problem with it. It's a difference if there was like a trip and it's like, hey, can like so and so join? And it's like, hell yeah. And it's like, you know what? Have some like other people join. Let's make it a trip. Let's make it a group trip, you know? But it was a couple trip. That's the thing. It was a couple trip. Like, what the heck? Like, it's common sense. Like, what the heck? And then you're trying to alienate Jack from his friends. No. It's called having boundaries, you know? You can want to spend time with your significant other alone. And that's perfectly fine if you want it to just be you two. I would want it to just be me and my significant other. You know? If someone's like mad or being like, why didn't you invite me? I'd be like, I'm sorry. It wasn't an ABC event. No, it was an AB event. So you know what? You're gonna have to back off. I'm sorry if your feelings are hurt. But quite frankly, it's not my problem that you're being a bit parasocial and not knowing what a friendship entails and how relationships will have more time together than friendships. Okay? Like, what the heck? Anyways, let's see the second paragraph. 2 days ago, I got a call from a mutual friend of mine and Jack, and she said that Wendy desperately wanted to meet me as she is in my city. I initially said no, but she said that Wendy had been harassing her and my husband advised me to go. So, let's see. So I met her at a cafe, and Wendy started by telling me how disappointed she was that I didn't tell my old friends that I had gotten married. I told her that our old friends proved their loyalty to me when they chose Jack during our breakup. I don't like the whole choosing sides. If someone decides like, you know what, this person's better, I'd be like, fair enough, okay. I'll be a little hurt, I'll be a little salty, but I'm not gonna be like, it's a loyalty thing. No, I'll be like, okay, fair enough. Hi, Kazudu, how are you? Like, I'll just be like, okay, you know what? Fair enough. But just know that I will be cutting ties with you. And that's it. Hope I'm doing well. I'm heated over this Reddit. Let's see. I hope you're doing well, though. Let's see. So, Wendy then started to tear up on how Jack misses me, how he hasn't dated since I left, that I broke his heart, and that he still loves me. I told her Jack was not a man fit to be married. All those years of gaslighting came back to me, and I told her that she was the reason I left. Her constant intruding in everything and the fact that Jack had no backbone is the reason he was unhappy. She is the one who cannot see him with another woman and always wants him for herself. That she dared to confront me told me a lot about her character. Honestly, skill issue. Honestly, I don't see a problem with what she said. Why? Because this lady had the audacity to go to this person and be like, I am so disappointed that you didn't tell us that you're getting married. And it's like, you know what? I didn't feel the need to tell them because I don't feel like we're friends anymore. So why am I going to tell them? You know, nothing wrong with that. You're entitled to change friendships. And then, again, this lady is like, he misses you and he hasn't dated anyone ever since and you broke his heart and he still loves you. And it's like, if he still loved OP, he would have taken her side. He would have tried his best to see her side of things and then make his own decision instead of always choosing one person. Because guess what? One person isn't always right. Maybe there's some times where OP wasn't right in some stuff and he chose his friends. But it seems that more often than not, his friends were not in the right. But he had, like she said, no backbone to say anything that would go against his friends. I know, it's hard. It's his best friends. He didn't want to lose their friendship. But guess what? Sometimes there are some friends that stop being how they used to be when you're in a relationship. Why do I say that? Because it's happened a lot to me and it sucks. But that's just the way things are. Friends come and go. And if it's bad to the point where they egg the car, they were constantly intruding on stuff that was supposed to be private, constantly making all these freaking comments about your significant other, then you should probably be like, hey, there's something fishy going on here. You know, maybe a little something like that. So you know what, Jack? My boy Jack? Not my boy Jack. You know what? Fuck Jack. This, fair enough. Because he keeps someone like this in his life. He keeps someone like that in his life. You know? If you're keeping someone in your life that's like that, always wants to be with you and everything, bruh, just date them. She just wants him to date them. Like, bruh, just date them. Like, bruh, why doesn't she just end up trying to date the guy? Like, huh? Instead of just basically ruining every chance that he has of having a happy relationship. Okay, so let's see. Wendy started to cry and left the table. I paid the bill and went home. But later, two of my old friends told me that I could have been kinder to Wendy, and Jack refused to talk to her when Wendy went home and told him what I said to her. I told her off. I said that Jack never acknowledged Wendy's behavior, even though I told him my issues with her many times, and now I didn't care. Which is fair enough. They're not together anymore. Why should she care about those people? She has her own relationship. She has her own happy relationship and stuff. It's not her fault that this person came looking for her and then cried when she told her her feelings and be like, this is what happened. That for me, it was because of you, because you made me feel uncomfortable and all this stuff. That's just the way it was for her. If she's gonna cry about it, then that's sad, but you know, you can't be like, you should have been nicer to this person, especially if they've had problems before. Some people are just always gonna have problems. But I'm starting to feel more guilty as I think I could have handled this maturely. My husband says I'm right, but now I feel that I ruined Jack and Wendy's relationship. Am I the asshole? I would say no, because she wasn't on purpose trying to ruin the relationship and get between them, only concerning someone. So no, because that wasn't her intention. Her intention was just to tell her that that's not her fault. And the reason she left was actually because of her. And she just let her know. She wasn't rubbing it in her face and be like, you're the reason. Like, no, just being like, you were constantly intruding and everything. He never said anything. And that's why he's unhappy right now. And that's why I left. You were the main problem, and I left. I'm sorry that that's happening, but you know what? You're the one who can't see him with another woman. You always want him to for yourself, and, you know, that's what it is. And it's not her fault that the guy refused to talk to her when she went home. You know? And it wasn't... like, she didn't have to be kinder to the person. Because why would she? Would they be kinder to the person? No. Would these two old friends be kind to someone who was constantly gaslighting them and making comments about them and making them feel like crap? No, they wouldn't be. And they shouldn't even act like they would, because they would not. Maybe there is a way to be kinder. But most of the time, people are not going to be kinder. And they shouldn't be faulted for just saying it how it is for this person. Specifically for people like this. Especially when they... like, this person went out of their way to wanting to meet the person, like, OP. When they were fine with their husband, you know? They were fine with their husband. They thought that was it. They moved on with their life. This person didn't move on with their life. And they didn't say, at least here... they didn't say anything about they weren't calling them names. They weren't being like, oh, so and so and so and so, and like just like throwing it all in their face. No, they were just like, I'm sorry, but that person's not fit to be married. You know, you were the reason I left. You were constantly intruding and everything. He didn't have a backbone to do anything, so I left. But maybe there's more to it, you know? She shouldn't have reinserted herself in her life. I wonder if Jack is starting to see through Wendy and she ran to OP to try to manipulate her into re-entering Jack's life as a Hail Mary move because she realized she might lose her victim/love interest. She's trying to fix things now. After OP is now married, she has 2 years. Yeah, she had 2 years. She had the 2 years or whatever to try to fix things and be like, I'm so sorry this is what happened. I didn't like seeing my friend sad or whatever. But OP is married. OP is happily married, you know. OP moves on until now. She thought she could drag it out for who knows how long. Nerve to ask after egging your car 2 years ago and never apologizing for it. You stood up for yourself after enduring years of mistreatment. Don't let guilt cloud your judgment. You're not responsible for Jack and Wendy's toxic relationship. That's true. That's true. Unstated but probable motive was to repair her own relationship with Jack, and her tears were from realizing it was gonna happen. Probably. Maybe they had a falling out, but I don't know. Not a love interest, just a victim, someone who loves the idea of who he could be. Yeah, I would just say that. Oh my god. Alright, whatever. Anyways, I think bottom line is... this person didn't really do anything wrong. So... You know, I don't think they necessarily did anything wrong. So for this... Without context, it was a bit like, huh? But... Other than that, I would say not the asshole. And you know what? Case closed, caso cerrado. There you go. How many was that? Was that 12? I think. Alright. I accidentally muted my mic. But thank you everyone for coming. And... It seems that I... freaking... took too long, and I don't keep track of time, and time flies without me noticing. That's what my dad literally just told me when I was muted. So, rest in peace, McDonald's. I ain't going to McDonald's anymore. But I hope you guys had a good time. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. And tomorrow's schedule will be posted on my Discord and on my Twitter when I make it. But keep in mind that my schedule isn't as stable as I want it to be. Sometimes I'm needed to go to the hospital to stay, you know. But yeah, hopefully I can get some streams in next week. And I will see you guys next week, hopefully, whenever it may be. Whenever I'm able to actually stream. Oh, reminder. Tomorrow, I'm going to be on Spiny Coin's stream with Kimmy, Zio, and Spiny himself, who are going to be playing Mario Party. There will be an announcement on Twitter and on Discord. And yeah, I'll see you. I wanted to raid, but I wouldn't really be able to stick around. So, no raid today, but I hope everyone has a good rest of their day. And thank you so much for coming. I love you all so much. Thank you. Bye bye.